Yes, people. Welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host, man like Zeno is in the building. So first and foremost, what are you telling me, Zeno? Look how it's international
Do you
break,
know
United ain't
what?
played, and you look fresh to death. Man looks happy, man's glowing.
Do you know what? It's not only that, but guess what I remembered? Paul Labile Pogba, the best midfielder in the world. Where's
Get
the
off your
ginger
chest.
Ross Barkley? Put your international trophies on the table.
The ginger Ross
I'm
back.
gassed, man. Now I'm gassed. I'm happy. It's been a
You know
good
what?
week, man.
I haven't seen you this happy yet since we did the 10 positives leading up into the season before the season started. It's just been downhill
Bro,
since then.
do you know
Since
do you
after the
know how
Leeds
hard
game.
it is backing Pogba publicly? We get slandered week in, week out for backing Pogba. Now we're feasting. Look what he does when he's playing in a functioning team next to good people, when he's not next
Yeah.
to McTominay. Did
Yeah.
you did you watch the game, bro? That
Nah,
performance was a
I
10
didn't
10,
I
man.
didn't watch the game, and international football is just not for me if it's not major
Yeah, his
tournaments. So I
numbers were
didn't.
crazy, man. Yeah, I'm
It's
gassed. I'm
But look,
gassed.
man, see what Ollie Tax has done to Zeno. I've not seen Zeno this happy and glowing in a strong minute. You know what I'm saying? Look how happy Zeno is. It's good to
Yeah,
see, man,
man.
innit? Because I know next week that's gonna be zapped. For the next
It's
7, 8,
gone.
9 weeks, it's a wrap, fam,
It's
innit? Like this is
gone.
the happiest we're gonna see you. But yes, like I start each and every show on the channel. Love to everyone who is supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. It does not go unnoticed and it's much appreciated. And please make sure whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, you hit the like button on the video, share it across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. It is road to 4K on the channel. And if you haven't seen the ManDem United podcast before, it is a podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. Hence why Zeno's here so happy, because Manchester United are not playing. So that's why. But I did say this month we will be bringing you special guests. We had Ivorian Spice the other week, so big up to him each and every time. But we got two very special guests, two of the most hardworking people in the YouTube scene as well, both building their own empires as well, which I respect because I know how tough that is to do. So the first guest I'm going to introduce actually is the first ever special guest on the ManDem United podcast. So it's nice to have him back on the show. Man like Usman Talks United is in the building. What are you telling me, Usman? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm echoing Zeno's sentiment, man. As we were saying off air, happy days, man. This is the most I'm smiling in a while. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it's good to be back. But listen, before we get on, shout out to Cam and that Rocky and the
Yes.
ODS Mike.
Shout out ODS.
Obviously, make sure you show love to him as well, man. He's grafting, obviously. As you said, man, make sure you show love to these guys as well. Always putting in the hard hours and that. So make sure you slap a like. It's free. Slap a like on the video, people. Show some love and that. Let's go.
Make sure you do that, man. Slap a like. And the second special guest I'm going to introduce is someone, again, who's building his own empire with First XI. You'll see Yan City over there. You'll see multiple YouTube content creators over there as well. And I've had him on the show before, and we've had great debates. Man like Indiana is in the building. What are you telling me, Indiana? A long time. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. No, I'm good. Just listen. I don't know how everyone's so positive right now because we know what's coming. Like,
Yeah,
don't be doing that. No, listen. This is like when you've had a drink, right, and you're in the club and you think she's going home with you, and then you watch her walk off with a guy. That's what's happened to you two right now. Don't be that happy. Don't.
Nah, you know what it is?
Because it's just going to hit you harder.
It's
just going to hit you harder, man.
To do with football-related issues, yeah.
Nah.
Exactly.
At the moment, yeah.
See, I'm different. I'm preparing myself. I'm reading the news and I'm reading the reports, and I'm like, I can't have it hit me at once. I just can't have it.
The reason why I'm so happy, and I know Zeno's so happy as well, is because it's been international break. So there's nothing to report on. You know what I'm saying?
not happy
United haven't
about that.
played. It is not. I'm happy. I was happy for the break because I like you. I know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into that. I'm fully aware of the issues that are gonna arrive. That not even are gonna arrive. The issues that are here. And now we have the worst run of 7 games in the Premier League that is probably possible. We play everybody around us,
And
it
because
could
of
be
the
any-
international break, injuries. And that's why I don't like
Yeah.
it. It's even worse.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think
See how happy you all
it
are
don't,
now?
it don't make a difference.
Nah,
It
listen,
don't make
listen.
a difference. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen,
It don't make a
Yeah,
difference.
stop trying to rain on our parade. It
It don't make a difference.
Exactly.
It don't matter.
I'm sorry.
It don't matter, Indiana. I said this. It doesn't matter what 11 plays. It doesn't matter who plays. We're just bad. It don't
Big
matter.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's the team I like 1 to 11 or the team I don't like 1 to 11 or mix. Doesn't matter if it's a back four, if it's 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, wing backs, whatever, 2 strikers. Yo, we just bad, and we had a good window. But you know, that's why I'm not expecting nothing. The bar's already on the floor. I'm a broken man. You know what I'm saying? And that, so it's like I know what it is. I had no Ask Zeno. Me and Zeno did show. Zeno was gassed when Ronaldo came in. He was super gassed. Like, yeah, we go. I said we're not winning anything this season. We're not. And look, it's looking bleak already, but let's get into it anyway. The title of this video, we'll get into more. You lot keep your Manchester United. I mean, the questions in the comments, Manchester United related, please. But we'll get into this Manchester United season so far. Good, bad, average, or another describing word. We'll go to you on that, husband. What's your thoughts on Manchester United season so far?
Embarrassing would be the word that I would use. So obviously we I think I was on Tyre's show, I can't remember, but we did like a rating out of 10, and I basically gave it a 3 out of 10. And the reason being was because the performances have been shocking. I mean, you know, you just alluded to the fact it doesn't matter who's on the pitch, which 11. I know me and Indiana, we have this like back and forth regarding Ronaldo. I'm sure we'll get to that. But it doesn't matter who's playing. Regardless of who's playing, we're shocking. And it's every single game we've played. And I keep mentioning the Wolves game because people forget that was the biggest get out of jail call. We could have been 3-0 down within 25 minutes. We got absolutely violated by Traore. He completely ruined our entire team for 25 minutes, and De Gea kept us in the game. De Gea made that unbelievable double save. I mean, you go into the games after that. The Newcastle game, I was at that game myself. Shocking performance. Southampton, you know, every single game we played, bar the Leeds game and maybe a good 45 minutes against West Ham, we've been well below par. Young boys, we lost to them. I mean, the tactical switch up in the second half, nothing short of pathetic from the manager. I'm sure we'll get into that. And then the Villarreal game again, I was at that game as well. I mean, it's just been a shambles. Like, look at the players we've got, and we're playing worse. I don't even know how that's possible. We've got Varane at the back. Man's won 4 Champions Leagues, won a World Cup. We look worse defensively, and not because of him. It's because of a certain 2 individuals who are meant to be screening the back 4. They never screen the back 4. They can't pass the ball, but seem to always find their way into the team. So it's going to continue. I know you guys are saying me and Zeno shouldn't be happy, but the truth of the matter is me and Zeno are just happy because we're like, what's the point? You know, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry, basically.
That's exactly it, bro. 100%.
It's true, isn't it? If I don't laugh, I'm going to be crying because we know what's coming. Fred can't play. Ollie will try his best to get him a first-class private jet. Somehow, you know, the jet lag and all that good stuff. He don't care about that. He'll try to get a Fred on that pitch if he can. But, of course, Fred shouldn't be playing. I say should because you never know with Ollie. Fred isn't playing on the weekend, so that's advantage Manchester United. So we got a chance this weekend. But in general, Ollie's going to die on this hill. I'm just counting down the days until he dies on the McFred hill. So to answer your question, it's been an embarrassing start to the season.
Embarrassing.
We're 2 points at the top because we've not played anyone that I should be worried about. Everton and all these teams are average this season. So if we're 2 points after this long run, then fair play to Ollie. Then I might have to change my opinion slightly. But as it stands, we've not played anyone good and we've been absolutely pathetic. So yeah, that's my personal standpoint on it at the moment.
That's fair enough, man. I said embarrassing. So it can't get any worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go to Indiana and I will go to Zeno's thoughts on this as well, but it can't get any worse. So over to you, Indiana. Like, what's your thoughts on Manchester United season so far? Good, bad, average? Has it been great or embarrassing? Like Osman said, where are you at with it?
I'm not gonna say the words I need to say because you know you're monetized and I don't want you to lose the stream. That's how bad it's been. It's been that bad. Osman makes a point. We do disagree on Ronaldo. I think it was a ridiculous buy. I think it's just the most stupid thing we could have done, in my opinion, in a way. I would much rather we got a DM. Would much rather we done the Trippier deal and balanced out what we've got on the left to the right and provided for Sancho, because I don't think we've done him any favours there. Midfield is a huge problem. It's the same but different, right? So. And there's a bigger problem coming, and this is why I can't be happy in this window. When I see reports of Michael Carrick trying to work with Scott McTominay for the lone DM role because we've bought Ronaldo and we need to get players close to him, and we need to get players like Donny van der Beek in the side, that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
scares the shit out of me. I think even Matic isn't a single pivot DM, right? So getting him in, and we know we can't play every game. Yeah, he should be able to do a job, but it's. Not signing a DM or a midfielder who control games. I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about an Ndidi. I'm talking about a Jorginho type player, right?
Okay.
Maybe a Declan Rice, someone who can break the lines, just be good positionally, just be there already, allow us to recover, play the passes. That's what we need, in my opinion. Because if we had an Ndidi, we're breaking it up and we're giving it to McFred anyway, and that's the problem, right? So, yeah, that's where we are with that one. But I can't see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to resolve it. I just don't get it. I think the last game, bringing Ronaldo on in that game was the most ridiculous move Ole has made in his whole career as a manager at Manchester United, in my opinion. Yeah, because I'm watching it.
Yeah, go on.
I'm watching it, and I'm seeing that we need to start defending from the front, start pressing, start winning the ball back. We can pin them in. Takes off Cavani. We're already losing Martial, who's having a pretty good game in my opinion. Takes off Cavani, who does that. And actually, the one thing we don't give him credit for, and we should, because he'll miss sitters all the time. He's done that his whole career, Cavani. But I would bring Ronaldo on with Cavani. I would have brought them both on and allow Cavani to. For me, he's still one of, if not the best in the world in terms of movement for dragging players out, dragging defenders out. He's just incredible at doing that. When I seen that Ronaldo came on, me and Rachel from XI, we were talking, and I was just like, "Wow, it's over now. It's over now." Well, because it's ridiculous. We are not set up for Cristiano Ronaldo. This whole dream about Ronaldo coming in, he's not the CR7 that left us, by the way, people. Like, how many times are people moaning about chances in the box, about retaining ball possession, about recycling the ball, and you want Ronaldo up top? And this is why I think we're going to have bigger problems. And it's not Ronaldo's fault as such. Yeah, it's the fact that we have him now, and I don't think we've got the balance, or the managers, or the coaching staff to get the best out of him, and that's why I worry about it.
Yeah. No, I actually agree with you. Like I said, me and Zeno, me and Statman and others ones who on the Ronaldo signing. I said we shouldn't have signed it. I 100% agree. Like, yes, if you're going to sign him and bring in a DM as well, but the fact that it was rushed, we only signed him not to get, so he didn't go Manchester City.
We turned him down, Flawless. We turned him down earlier in the season. We didn't want him. He wasn't in the plans. He wasn't in the plans.
That's what
we said no. We said no, Ronaldo. We don't want you. And then because City wanted him, we're like, okay, yeah, let's sign him because the fan base will be mad.
Yeah.
And it's not FIFA, people. Come on.
Yes. Don't pay attention to like the fans and like him going there. Yes, would him have went City? I mean, Ronaldo going to City, would that have helped Manchester City tremendously? Yes. But we're not competing with City regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not with them at this moment in time. So it's not like we're blocking.
I think we've gone the other way though.
You reckon we've gone further back?
In a way, just because I think, listen, I think Ollie did an incredible job of certain things at the club. I do think that. And I think the squad got to a position where we could have brought in a top manager and, you know, an elite manager and started winning things. Yes. Now it seems really imbalanced. Like we brought in a Sancho, a Donny van der Beek, a Ronaldo. You've got a Bruno that you need to build around, really. You know, a Pogba, and we know Pogba's a luxury player, and you need a decent system to allow him to thrive. It's gone too far the other way now. And I don't think Ollie's got it in him.
Go on, Osman. Talk about it.
I don't agree with the Ronaldo perspective. I'm not gonna lie. I think in the end you kind of alluded to it anyways. But the reason I don't agree with the Ronaldo thing is I honestly think this is the biggest blessing in disguise we've ever done. And the reason being is because it's gonna get Ollie sacked. Ronaldo is getting Ollie sacked.
You looking at it like that perspective?
I'm not even taking the piss, right?
I believe you.
You guys are sat here saying we shouldn't have signed Ronaldo. I swear to God, I'm so happy we signed this guy because he's the only player that actually upholds the standards of this football club, because he's the only one
100%,
alongside Michael Carrick potentially, but obviously we don't know what Carrick's behind the scenes, but in general, Ronaldo's the only one who's going to go out there and uphold the standards of this football club. I know you guys don't want Ronaldo for various reasons, and you made valid points, and I accept that. However, I'm looking at the bigger picture here. If Ronaldo comes into this team and gets Ollie sacked, then for me, he's certified a statue outside the stadium.
100%.
At the end of the day, right, you just answered your own issue. And the problem isn't Ronaldo. The problem is the coaching. The system is an absolute shambles. And Ronaldo coming in further emphasizes and highlights all the flaws in the system, because Ronaldo can only play in a certain system. We know what that is. Like you said, he can't press from the front. He ain't got that. He's 36. He's not capable of doing that. However, if you give Ronaldo 5 chances a game, he will score 3. We all know that.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
clinical.
Yeah,
So the
good.
issue
Yeah.
is, all the sort of fragilities or the mistakes or whatever, the flaws in the system are being shown. The light is on them now, because you can't get away with some BS system, because Ronaldo it won't work. Basically, you need the system to be on job. Look at Lewandowski for Bayern Munich. The way I look at it is, people who are saying they don't want Ronaldo would also say don't want Lewandowski, because they're basically the same. I know Lewandowski does more off the ball, but it's not astronomically more. He doesn't do more than Cavani, I can assure you. The difference with Bayern, of course, they're well run, we accept that, but it's a well-oiled machine. Manchester United, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho, Van Gaal, etc., have not been well-oiled machine, and that's what we should be aspiring to. Cristiano Ronaldo is not the problem at United. The problem is the people around him, i.e. the coaching, the management, the personnel, what you just mentioned in terms of the lack of balance. I don't agree with that statement either, because if a proper coach comes in, the likes of Bruno, the likes of Pogba, I mean, Oli even did it post-lockdown. Bruno, Pogba, Matip were absolutely sublime. The balance was there in midfield. No one had any issues. We were slapping teams 3-0, 55th minute. Bruno and Pogba were getting subbed off every game for like 4 games on the bounce. So there wasn't, I mean, Ollie's already figured out the solution, but then he, he goes back to type, i.e. McFred. So the problem is Ollie and the coaching. For me, Ronaldo's
He got scared after the Spurs game.
No, but he did.
And that shouldn't happen.
That's what. Agreed.
But Ronaldo's coming in and he's upholding the standards. He's not here to accept BS. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every single tantrum he throws. In the past, I don't like those kind of players, because you've got to have a team play. But in this moment in time, we need to be up here, winning trophies and getting back to the top. Ronaldo hasn't there's a stat going around. This could be the first time in 10 years, 11 years, that Ronaldo's gone a season without winning a trophy. Is he going to stand for that? Absolutely not. He's not here to make up the numbers. And Manchester United, with the money we spend under this management, should not be trying to make up the numbers. I'm sick and tired of this narrative. Let's take part, let's try and push for the title. We've got Pogba, Bruno, Ronaldo, Rashford, Cavani. I mean, Martial, if you want to throw him in there, Van der Beek, Greenwood. There's no way that team is just there to take part. Ronaldo's here to uphold the standards of the club. Whether you think he fits the system is a different conversation, and I accept he probably doesn't. But that's on Oli. That's not on Ronaldo. Give him 5 chances each game. He'll score 2 or 3. It's as simple as that. He's a goal scorer, and that's why he should be in the team for.
I think Eddie, before you respond, Indiana, I think Eddie hit the nail on the head. I'm gonna let you go. He says Ronaldo ain't hurting us, but he ain't helping. He didn't fit the profile of our team, which was being built with regards to young players being our most valuable talent. But he sets an example we need at the club,
look, that's I like that. I accept that, but at the same time, you need a movement up top. It would be the same situation with Haaland. I know Haaland more than Ronaldo, but listen, I've watched a lot of Dortmund. I'm sure you have, Indiana. I'm sure the rest of us have as well. Haaland isn't this guy that people think he is. He needs creative people around him, as do most strikers. Look at Harry Kane. He's absolutely drowning at the moment at Spurs. And obviously, other players at other teams are drowning. Strikers, they need service. It's as simple as that. You don't get many strikers that pick up the ball and run past 3, 4, 5 players. You get a couple of them, like Suarez and these kind of players, but that's not a thing. They need chances. Aguero, Man City. You put Aguero, Man City, got so many chances. Bro, people forget how this guy wasn't as clinical as people make him out to be, but he has so many chances, like 7 chances a game. He still scored 2, so people just assume that he was so clinical. And if you put Ronaldo in Man City, no one's talking about his inability to press, etc., because they're set up to dominate games. We are set up to play on the counter attack, which is the problem. The problem, it comes back to Oli every single time for me. Yes, I understand that point. It's factual. I agree with it. But for me, it's the greatest signing we've made in our history for a long time, because now these guys can't get away with bullshit. These guys can't get away with bullshit. You have to be on job.
I get that to an extent.
Is there not an argument though that they kind of threw Oli under the bus? I just think it's a weird thing to do.
They threw Oli.
It's not a play.
Well, the board threw Oli under the bus.
The Glazers, right?
You reckon they threw him under the bus with that signing? No, I think he signed off on it.
He said no. He said no to Ronaldo. Oh, he did eventually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said eventually.
Yeah, but why did he say no, Indiana? Because he knows Ronaldo's ego, and obviously the system thing. I accept that as a thing. Yeah.
Nah, because he wants Haaland. That's why I said no.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It is what it is, isn't it? But we know deep down, Ollie knows Ronaldo's coming. This guy's gonna throw his toys at the pram after 5 games if we ain't winning shit. He's not here to take part. It's as simple as that. That is the mentality that we should have at this football club. So for me, Ollie needs to fix up. Otherwise, he will be sacked in 3 games. If we don't get 9 points in 3 games, I know they're difficult fixtures. Ronaldo's not going to be. Oh, he's going to be looking to win the league. Like, he ain't come back for nothing else. So for me personally, bigger picture. Ronaldo, love you, mate. I love you. You come to do your job. That's all I can have for.
Go on, Indiana. What were you saying about the Glazers? And I know you wanted to respond to a couple of other things Usman said as well.
I was just saying, for me, like, so I was always Ollie in for the culture and the rebuild, but never for the football. I always understood he wasn't a top manager. I never really believed we could win things under him. I thought maybe by this season we'd be able to pick up an FA Cup or something if he was still a manager, because it's a 3-year build, what have you. But here's the thing: if we've gone through that whole process and we've had to sit through 3 years of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that football, and then the board just go out and get Cristiano Ronaldo, what was the point in and he didn't want him? What was the point in the Ole? Because that's why we got Van der Beek, by the way. Jack Grealish was the target. He was the target. Yeah. They told his agent that the deal was going to happen. They went out the Villa game. Grealish's agent goes up to the box, says to Ed Woodward about the deal, and he said, "Oh no, there's only like a 30% chance we'll do it now." And Van der Beek was actually the 4th or 5th on the list, and they just done the deal because it was a cheap deal to do and fill the body. I think the reason why he's 4th or 5th on the list is because I think Ollie feels he wants a DM in there. Maybe the coaches feel they need a DM to get the best out of him. I don't know, because who knows? Who knows why he's not playing him? But at the same time, he doesn't want to let him go. He won't let him go out on loan, and we're hearing noise.
That's what don't make no sense to me.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why I believe Michael Carrick's working with Scott McTominay in a single pivot role.
Stop saying that, man.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I've seen the reports, but you saying it back to me,
Yeah, did you know what I'm saying?
It's just
makes
sinking
sense,
in
right?
what's being said. Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense them doing that.
In practice, it sounds great. Let's get one of these footballers and get them to play the DM role. In reality, I just can't see it happening.
The fact that came out, and I didn't doubt it. I believed that Manchester United would do that. I believe our coaching staff are silly enough to try that and try. And if that is the case, why is this being done in October? Why is this not being done in the summertime?
Because
if you really want to make him a DM, why is this being done halfway through?
I think there's a number of things. I think Van der Beek kicking off, which he should be doing, by the way, because regardless of not having a DM, there are many games right now where he could have affected the game or played in the game and done well for us. There are times where he could have come off the bench earlier in games, what have you. But I think all I can think of is that they've seen Ronaldo in this side. They know they need to get midfielders closer to him. We know Bruno bombs on. They know they need to get maybe 3 in the midfield, and they need to keep Van der Beek happy, and they need to keep Paul Pogba happy. And so that the only way to do that is to find a player to play in a single pivot. And they know the fan base isn't happy with McFred. I think it's a combination of things, and this is like, okay, let's just whack Scott in there. Scott can do it.
Here, the thing is, that shows if that is the case, if what you're saying is correct and it does sound actually plausible, that means the Ronaldo signing wasn't planned, which has then affected what they're doing in midfield, which is why I'm just so unhappy with the whole setup, because there is no plan.
Ronaldo wasn't planned, man.
Yeah, and that's my point.
Planned.
This is why with the Ronaldo thing, people got on my case about it. Go on, Indiana.
Do you know why we signed him? Because of the protest. Because we had the protest. It stopped the biggest game in football. And
I was there.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he signs for Man City? And we're losing games of football, and Man City are winning them with Ronaldo scoring the goals? Can you imagine what happens?
I don't want to be thinking about that.
Yeah, but that's why we signed him. And I think we should be bigger than that.
I agree. We should be focused on what Manchester United are doing on the pitch and not Manchester City. I said that during the entire time. I'm old enough to remember Ronaldo. I'm a massive fan. Ronaldo, one of my heroes, one of my favorite Manchester United players of all time. Yeah. I don't live in nostalgia and all them type of things. It's all about winning now. Would Ronaldo going to City have hurt more? Yes, but City have been winning trophies for the past. They've been the dominant force for the past 5-6 years or however long it's been. So Ronaldo would have added to that, but we need to focus on getting back on top. Us signing a DM. If we would have signed Ronaldo and a DM, cool. That could have
Bro,
worked. The issue I have is the plan.
Okay,
Go on.
wait, but do you guys think
Continue.
if we didn't get Ronaldo, do you think we get a DM then? Who are we
No,
linked to?
that's
I genuinely
No, I
forgot.
don't think we do. What I'm saying is, I just want
Exactly.
there to be a plan. Is what I'm saying in that. Just be
I
a
think we
plan.
would have signed. I think we would have signed the right back.
Yeah,
I think
like
we'd let Dallo go.
What's
and
the
sign the
right back
if
gonna
we're-
do though?
if we're gonna
Ole's
sign,
favorite is still Wan-Bissaka. What's the right back gonna do? It doesn't fix the midfield problem.
What do you have dropped?
Think
Wan-Bissaka?
about-
See, these are the issues we have. Go on.
But he's
So, yeah, there's for me that like he always has a Wan-Bissaka. I call him Wan-Bissakas. When he touches the ball, when it bounces off his foot, when he goes in deer in headlights, incredible in a tackle, outstanding. I love him in a tackle. Going forward, he's not it. I'm sorry,
No,
he is
he's
not
not.
it. Imagine people moan about we attack down the left-hand side of the pitch. Imagine if we could do that on the right-hand side. At least we'd be a little bit more balanced. And then you'd have a Greenwood, a Cavani, a Martial at times through the middle. You'd have the wide players coming in, Bruno hitting the box. We've just bought Sancho. Sancho likes to come inside and he wants his right back to do overlaps. He wants to either play the ball out to or to drag a defender out to create more space. Wan-Bissaka doesn't do it.
But you know what
So
that
I
lets
think-
me know is there was no plan. Again, all of these things go back to just
But we
there
know
being
they
a
wanted a right back.
lack of plan.
yeah,
we
but
wanted
okay,
right-
we
we
wanted
should
a
have
right
signed
back, but
Go on,
guess what?
Zeno.
We still have we still have Dallo. Okay, Dallo is very good. Yes, he played one game. We all talked about it. You can't let a player come in and then not have a good running of games and judge him. Look at Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood. Okay, so Dallo's game against Villarreal, he played with Greenwood. What's Greenwood's favorite position? It's not right wing. Greenwood didn't help Dallo. Dallo had 2v1s all the time. Yes, there were 1v1s where Dallo, he should do better, but again, that comes to match rhythm, match fitness. But there was how many times I remember what Danjuma came and their left back was overlapping. Now Dallo, he has to make a choice. Does he go and stop the pass or does he stop Danjuma from cutting in and shooting? Greenwood has to be helping him out there. So I don't think you can blame
Agreed.
Dallo. And you need to play Sancho on that side as well for me because
Absolutely.
Greenwood doesn't help him. But yeah, so a right back for me, that signing just doesn't make sense anyways because we still don't have a DM if we get a right back. You have Dallo,
I
use
get
him.
that.
We
But
did
you-
need a right back. I agree with Jenna. I would have taken Trippier, but it was too expensive to be honest. But if you're sat here saying you would have rather had Trippier over Ronaldo, and I personally don't agree. And it's not a nostalgia thing. It's not a nostalgia thing. Before you guys think it's like let's just hypothetically speak, right? Let's say we got Trippier, we didn't sign Ronaldo. Yeah, that means there would have been no Cavani for the first how many games he's missed, including this one on the weekend. Martial would have been our main striker for just most of the start of the season. I'm not saying that Martial could have potentially, stepped up, etc. But I think people are underestimating how much of an impact Ronaldo's had on this team in a positive way. I think a lot of people are focusing on the negative, which is understandable. And I hear the system stuff. I get all that. Obviously, we've spoken about that. But for me personally, Ronaldo, he's come in and he's done his job, which is scoring goals. Yes, you want someone to press from the front. But the point I'm making, which is so hilarious, a lot of people are now saying, "My United are defending from the front." And I know you've said that, Indiana. Was we doing that before Ronaldo? No, we weren't. Cavani and Bruno are the only two people that press. Nobody else initiated. There's no other press. There's no squad press. There's no nothing. There's just two players pressing on their own accord. And we don't defend from the front anyways prior to Ronaldo's arrival. So now after again, it comes back to coaching. That's clearly a tactical thing. They don't want to press from the front. Obviously, with Ronaldo now being in the team, of course, that is going to be minimized. But even when Cavani was there, I don't remember Greenwood, Cavani, Bruno, and let's say Rashford squeezing teams consistently, game in, game out. The odd team we would do it, but we didn't. So this myth that Ronaldo's coming in and really unbalance the team would be factual if all those things we were doing prior to his arrival, which we haven't. If it was a Liverpool team,
it's not just pressing though, is it? That's
well,
the
you see,
point.
even though it's not depressing, just to go off what Usman's saying before, I'm gonna let you go on this, Indiana. All of these issues we're talking about all stem from the board and the manager. Like we're here talking about a right back or a striker. Why are we having those conversations? Like people will ask them in the comments and say to me, "Would you prefer the DM or Ronaldo?" Why can't we get both? We can only sign one player per window or something like that. Like what is going on to the point that can happen? Like I said, does that Manchester United squad have deficiencies? Absolutely. However, there isn't a perfect A perfect squad in world football does not exist. Show me one. There's no European squad. There's no squad that has 22 world-class players. You can say close to, yes. But City, they have deficiencies. Their lack of a striker. Chelsea, their fans are talking about their attacking options behind Lukaku. Liverpool, their benches are. If we had their bench, Manchester United fans would jump out of a window. So let's keep it real. But yeah, they look more like they're going to compete. As do Chelsea.
Do you know what it is, Flawless? If
Well,
we had a good manager, we wouldn't be talking about Ronaldo being a problem. We wouldn't be talking about our players.
That's the point.
I agree with
That's
I agree
just
with
what
that
it
to an
comes down
extent.
to.
To an extent, it wouldn't be a talking point. The fact that Manchester City don't have a striker and it's rarely spoken about. They spoke about it against Liverpool because of what happened. But what I'm saying is that's not an ongoing thing. If Oli had that squad, we will be talking about that on a weekly basis. Because we talk about the DM thing on a weekly basis. Do we need a DM? Absolutely. But the City need a striker. Yes, if you ask Pep, would you prefer a 20-25 goal a season, man? Of course he's going to say yeah. But guess what? He don't have one. So he utilizes what he has around. Will it cost them? Maybe, but they won the Premier League last year. And the team before them had a striker that doesn't score goals in Firmino. So you can work around these things. If you ask Klopp, would he like a 20-25 goal a season, man? Of course he's going to say yeah. But guess what? He's not got one. So therefore, you utilize around it.
Also,
And
let's
you get
look
most,
at it like
you get the
this.
most out of your
Let's
team.
look at it like this. We done this when our transfer window ended. Who has a better attack than us, player for player, even squad? Liverpool don't have a better squad than us.
No, they don't have a better
Maybe
squad than
they have a
us, no.
few better starting 11 players, but who has a better squad than us? Our attack is the best attack in Europe. Us and maybe PSG.
In
Player
terms
for
of
player, we
options,
have.
I've said this. If you look
Yeah,
at our front
exactly.
threes, it's crazy. Our front threes is crazy.
What do all these teams have in common? You just mentioned
A good
Liverpool,
manager.
City. No, not just a good manager. Not just a good manager. An outstanding midfield. We just seen.
Bro,
we just
I
seen
wouldn't-
look
I
at
wouldn't say that
Liverpool's
was-
no, it's
with-
different.
with-
Football's different now.
Bro, tell me
no.
tell
I
me
agree.
the Liverpool
City-
midfield that won the Premier
That's where I was
League.
going to go. City and Chelsea, I agree, their midfields are outstanding. Liverpool, I don't believe have a. I put it this way. I've said this before. I'll say this
No,
again.
balance.
If you
They're
put-
balanced,
if-
flawless.
No, they're balanced because of the manager. Again, back to if Manchester United had Liverpool's midfield options, our fan base would also jump off a cliff about
Yeah,
that.
we had
Because
Klopp
if
who's winning
we
league,
if we
bro.
had no, they have no creativity in midfield. Where's the they don't have midfield creativity.
No.
I'm talking about in their successful years. They don't have
Yeah.
it. If we had, Fabinho's world class. I think he's a quality DM, probably the best in the league.
100%.
If we had
Agreed.
Henderson, Ox, K, or who
Oh,
else?
I
is
Forget
down
Ox,
there?
forget
These are
Ronaldo.
relegated
Forget
If we had,
footballers.
if we had those, if that was 4 of our 5 midfield options, our fan base would go absolutely nuts. And Oli
But
doesn't
Henderson
win.
does a good job for them. Henderson
He
does
does
a
it.
great job.
I don't
for
think
them.
Henderson
but
does a good
Henderson's
job
not
for.
better than
He don't do a good
Fabinho,
job for
really,
us.
come on.
He don't do a good job for us. I think if you put Henderson in our side, we still struggle. He don't. That's my
Yeah,
point.
no,
That's why systems are
it's
important.
not about the individual, is it? It's about how these players are balanced in the midfield. Like Liverpool's midfield is key to how they play.
Yeah,
we've seen
because
that. We've seen that
yeah,
last
I
season
agree.
when they had injuries and midfielders.
Because they have a system that works, and that comes from the manager. Klopp is
Well,
working.
I would
Klopp wouldn't-
counter
Klopp
it
wouldn't
because
pick that
we've
mid-
seen.
Klopp
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
pick that
we-
midfield. If you say
How
to Klopp, you can't pick a midfield.
how
he don't
old
pick
is
that-
how
Klopp
old
pick
is
the midfield.
Fernandinho and Busquets?
Yeah, both
They're
Fernandinho
what,
are
36,
35.
36.
About 36 each.
But for us, Matic is too old to play.
Exactly. Thank you.
If we
Again-
dominate possession,
again-
Matic can play.
Right, it's again about you, and that goes back to my point, Zeno, about utilizing what you have. If you ask Klopp, if Klopp could create a new team, he's taking Fabinho and that's it. He's not taking Henderson. He's not taking Keita. He's not taking the Ox. I don't even know if he's taking
Aye.
Thiago at this minute in
He
time.
ain't taking Knox or Keita, but he's taking Henderson.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I don't know if he's taking. I don't know because I think
Yeah,
he can
no,
get other
he-
players. He can get
listen,
other players to do that job. He can get other
I-
players to do that. Henderson's. He's a good, solid player. That's it. That's why that man got bopped off the park by Manchester City in the first half, and that's all his weaknesses right there. He's not taking.
I
it.
don't know.
No
I
chance.
think he
But
plays a crucial part for
utilizes
them.
him. In Klopp's system, yes, but again, that's
Yeah,
due
because
to,
the midfield is balanced.
that's
the
due to
midfield is
Fabinho.
balanced.
Yeah, but
Okay, bro.
And
Look at it
we've
like
got
this.
Paul
Yeah,
Pogba,
look,
Van
wait,
de
look.
Beek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
no.
Bruno.
I think he's a player.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think he plays a crucial part. I think he's functional.
Flores, let me just say
Go on.
there. We've got a balanced
Yeah, cool.
midfield 3 as well, but Ollie's not using it. Matic, Pogba, and Bruno, and they've literally proved that over a 10-game span where they've won 9 and drew 1. I mean, and he's not.
I didn't know that was the record.
Yeah, it was. We were on fire post lockdown, and then at the end of the day, there was a game. Obviously, we just played against Everton on the week, and then we played Villarreal. I've been told by so many fans, oh, Matic can't play more than 2 games a week. So Matic didn't play any of those games that week. He didn't start him against Villarreal, and he didn't start him against Everton. So who is that? Who's to blame there? Matic is our only recognized DM in the team, and you're playing against an Everton team that every single person who knows anything about football knew they were going to park the bus and hit us on the break. Depleted Everton team, but we knew what their game plan was. They got Decore and Allen in there, combative midfielders, and we play McFred, who got absolutely bullied by Decore, and he set us up to fail. And not only did he set us up to fail in terms of physically, but in terms of possession. You know you're going to dominate the ball. It was quite clear that was going to be the case, and he still doesn't play his best ball playing midfielders. Pogba and Matic are on the bench for McTominay and Fred. So at the end of the day, you can say what you want, and the Flawless is completely right. You've got to utilize your squad. At the end of the day, it comes down to the manager.
That's all I'm asking, man, to do.
It comes down to the manager. Is he utilizing and getting the best at this team?
And he's
I
not.
agree with
Absolutely not.
And
He
our
plays them
midfield
out of
options.
fear. That's why he plays them.
Yeah, and our midfield options aren't the best. But back to my point is, I don't think Liverpool's midfield options are the best. I don't think City's striking options are the best. Utilize what you have. You can go through every single squad that's been successful. Whatever top European team you've seen, there is a deficiency somewhere. It might be one position,
I promise you, we're not having this conversation if we get a good manager. I promise you,
Absolutely
this is
not.
the topic of
That's
discussion.
because of the manager. No way.
You wouldn't say there's still balance in this midfield.
If someone else had imagine you give City or Chelsea like a couple of our attacking players. Are you crazy? I've said this. Imagine you give Tuchel, Sancho, and Greenwood to play in there behind Lukaku. So show's over. Yeah. If you give Greenwood to Manchester City, show's over. It's a right. If you give Klopp maybe a couple of our midfield, shows over like it's or even one of our attack, bro, just to add into what they have.
Chelsea midfield, bro, you've been fight every week.
Are you crazy? With the three behind him and the wing backs, that's my point. But because of the level of our manager, it brings down the players.
The manager's job and the reason they get paid stupid money is to find a solution. It's not that this hasn't been a concern for a long period. Ollie's been here for a long time now. If it was a new manager, let's say this is Ollie's first season with Man United, he's just inherited the squad, etc. Then you would give him that leeway. But it's been the same reoccurring issue for a long period now. So why has he not found a solution? It's been 3.5 years now. So for me, this issue in midfield is quite easy solvable. He can change the formation, he can do different things. But for me, if he's not going to play Matic and he's not going to play Pogba, then I don't understand where the excuse comes from. Because know what he's going to do? He'll play Matic against Liverpool, where he'll get absolutely run ragged. Yeah. He won't play him in the games that we're going to dominate. He'll play him against teams that are going to high press us, and Matic is going to get exploited. And then people will be like, well, this is why McFred play. Because this is what management's about. You pick your players for certain battles. You pick your players for certain games. You pick your players to allow them to flourish. He picks players that are set up to fail. McFred were never going to be successful against Everton because we had to control the game. Everton were going to say, he's the ball, might not break us down. If Matic and Pogba play that game, it's a different ball game. If McFred play against Liverpool, people probably don't complain because we probably need them against Liverpool because they're combative. They're going to get around the pitch quickly. They're going to break up play. Is Matic and Pogba the greatest midfield against Liverpool? Probably not, because we might get bypassed the midfield. They haven't got the leg. They've got defensive deficiencies in Pogba potentially, and then obviously Matic hasn't got the legs. It's about using your head. Play your players in the right game.
I agree.
He doesn't do that consistently.
Yeah, bro, you've literally hit the nail on the head. He just doesn't choose a team that complements each other. Again, when he played Martial, he's playing Dalot and Tellez wingbacks. What are their main strengths, Dalot and Tellez? Two are cross the ball, but guess who you play striker? A striker wants the ball to feed. It doesn't make sense with this guy.
A striker who's not a striker. That makes no sense. I agree with you.
But like,
he's not.
I'm not here for Martial slander, but
we've done a whole show on this. Trust me.
Me and Indiana have been back and forth for many of this. We'll go to it. But back to the original question. Obviously, we went off on tangents, but this is ManDem United, Sarcasm City TV. Indiana, so your final thoughts on regards to the season so far. So good, bad, average, embarrassing, like Usman said. Great. What are you saying? What's your final word on that?
From the Southampton game, as soon as I seen the lineup for the Southampton game, I just been waiting for Ollie to get the sack, but I think the board are more likely to replace the coaches before they sack him. I think it's going to be that kind of thing. It's going to be drawn out. But
Well, okay.
yeah, not good. Not good. What do you want me to say? I don't want to swear too much.
No, it's cool. You can swear on it. It's gone. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I just
not
wanted to
the
get-
words I want to use. Not the words I want to
Jeez,
use.
Indiana's had. You know what it is, Indiana? You're where I was 2 years ago with the whole Ollie out. We're gonna get to that. Zeno, let's go on to you and it. I want your thoughts on it and that just quickly and that. Good, bad, average. Like, what's your thoughts on United season so far?
Nah, like Usman says, he said it's embarrassing, but you gave it 3 out of 10. 3 for what? If we're having Man United stand, it's like a 0 because look, let's look at it like this. From the top 6, we've had the easiest run. Yes, Man City
Yes.
have played how many big games? How many have we played? We played 0 big games, and how many points have we dropped? We lost 1 game and drew 2, yeah, and then we lost the 1 Champions League game and we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. We haven't played a good team, a big game as well. So for me, it's poor. The only good game we had was against Leeds, and that's Leeds. They play into they play to our strengths. They play,
Facts.
they do the man marking all over the field. So we take our one player, we look good. Do you know what I mean? So I think for us, like, we haven't had a good game besides the Leeds game. It's poor for Man United standards. It's the same errors from Ole. He played an injured McTominay. He played Jesse Lingard, who's recovering from COVID, over Donny. Anyone who says, like, you see all the Ole inners.
That
No,
makes sense.
listen. No, listen. You see all the Ole inners, yeah? They say, oh, he's a good man manager. Are you dumb? He's worse than Jose. He's a worse man manager than Jose, and you can't change my mind. He's ruining how many players' careers, playing them through injuries. Well, what he's doing to Donny is worse than what Jose done to
I said
Shaw.
he brought on
Jose,
Lingard recovering from COVID.
bro,
over Donny.
Jose
You're right
was
as
right
well.
about
That's
Luke
mad.
Shaw. Jose was right about Luke Shaw. You look at our goal against Everton. People are blaming Fred for losing the ball against halfway line. Yes, he should do better, but Luke Shaw didn't track his man. He left Townsend and he committed. When we're playing Luke Shaw and Sancho down the left-hand side, Sancho's game has never been to take on 2-3 man by himself. Luke Shaw is standing there. He's not making the run to open up the space for him.
No,
But he hasn't had a good game. Luke Shaw hasn't had a good game this season, but guess what? No one talks about it. So it
he does get
pisses me
away.
off.
He does get
Nah,
away
we
scot
do.
free.
We
talk
have
about it,
on our
but we
channel.
say, I know you have because you're calling it as you see, Indiana. I know that. I'm saying in
100%.
general, like if Fred has a poor performance, you're gonna hear about it. If he has 3 or 4 poor games, you are going to hear about it, whether it's over the top, whether it's justified. Shaw will have a poor game, and he gets brushed under the carpet because he has been poor to bank average this season in most of the games. Like, let's keep it, and no one's really spoke about it, myself
But
included.
he's got credit in the bank to an extent though now. Like in terms
Nah,
of,
bro, one good season doesn't justify for
No,
me, man. This
I'm
is
not
Man
saying
United
one
Football
good
Club.
Look, I agree with that, obviously. But in terms of compared to the other players, Shaw's been one of the only consistent players in recent times. I mean, he's been terrible this season. I don't think there's any denying that. But I think similar to when De Gea was flying, obviously when he kept us from getting relegated, etc. But he kind of had a season and a half in terms of shocking, like terrible forms of.
Yeah.
And then after that sort of threshold, people started to say, De Gea needs to dip, etc. He's not doing it. I think Shaw people will clock on very soon if it continues the way it's going because he's been far below par. I mean, again, I don't want to keep banging on about Oli, but he's had an absolute howler. Telles scores his first goal for Man United, absolute unbelievable goal, and then he rushes Shaw back into the team. Shaw
injured.
Fit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll never blame the players before Ole though. That's what I'm saying. I'll never blame the players before Ole. Shaw is injured. How many? Maguire had to take injections to play through injury. Lindelof played with a back.
Now because obviously,
Lindelof played with a back injury. Rashford played with three injuries: his shoulder, his back, and his ankle. How many players has Ole played through injury? But I'm supposed to believe that he's got good management skills. Don't piss me off. This guy's worse than Jose.
Zeno's had enough already. You know what I'm saying? 40 minutes into
it's
it,
been
half
poor
into
this
it, talking
season,
about
man.
Ole.
It's been poor this season.
The reason why I don't get mad, the reason why I don't get angry, because this is not a shock to me. I saw this on the horizon. I knew this was going to happen. Like, this is why I said you can go back and check people earlier, ManDem Uniteds. We're not doing anything. Oh, we signed Varane, we signed Sancho, we signed Ronaldo, all great players. I was gassed about the window because we signed 3 very good players to add to a very good squad that we already have. However, with this manager in charge, that will come back and get you. I said Oli tax is the heftiest tax in the world, and it's proven the case because everybody looks bad. The fact that we're here having a conversation about Cristiano Ronaldo tells you all you need to know. Yeah, if he goes to City, we're not having this conversation about him. This conversation is not City fans. Well, you will find some City fans. They're not having the conversation about Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not happening. Same way if Pogba's elsewhere, if Donny's elsewhere, if Bruno's elsewhere, these conversations are even at Delo, even Wan-Bissaka at Palace.
Bro,
yes, it's
all
Palace,
our
so it's
players,
different,
bro.
but-
Sorry,
go on.
sorry. All our players thrive when they don't play under Ole. Look at Dan James in the Euros.
He actually had
Guys,
looked
this
half
is,
decent
oh
in the
my
Euros.
days.
He
Look at our
actually did
players
look
when they're
half
not playing
decent.
under Ole, man.
And large up to Eddie, who says, give the Man United performance a 2 international embarrassment on a whole new level, but we play with intensity. Yay, it is what it is. And sometimes we don't even play with intensity, but we move. Adding in as well, I can't even forget the Premier League, but the cup competitions have been worse. The loss to Young Boys, the performance against Villarreal, even though we won, the losing to West Ham in the Carabao Cup, that brings it down. Like the Premier League's bad enough because we haven't played. We should be top of the league. Like, let's keep it real, simply because of the running we've had. Like dropping points to Southampton. The Wolves' performance was terrible. Aston Villa wasn't good. Everton wasn't good. Like I said, if you give any of the top teams our running, they're top. So the fact that and then we have this 7-game running that's coming up that we are going to discuss tells you all you need to know. But yeah, man, it's peak. Even Pac Bandit says it here. Shaw is already in his overdraft credit, done flawless. You could be right still. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey says Shaw's credit is new money and he's blowing through it very fast. He is. Hey,
I'm not having it.
It's
It's not like
Go on.
Martial. He's not like Martial. I think we have to
Bro,
remember.
he's worse, man. Luke Shaw has had one good season, man. Let's talk about it. Luke Shaw has had one good
Come on.
season.
Here's the thing.
Look,
Yeah, we
the
had one
season
great
before.
season.
Listen,
No,
listen.
he's had
The
good
season
seasons. He had
before
one great
people
season.
listen. The season before people were crying for Brandon Williams to start over Luke Shaw.
I'm
Let's
just
not
saying
have
he's
this.
He's
Who
not
was
wrong.
doing that?
Yeah, that was the
Bro,
case. That was the shout.
everyone was crying.
Brandon
Everyone
Williams
was crying.
No. Indiana. Brandon
Nobody
Williams
wanted
displaced
that.
him. No. Brandon Williams displaced him, and there was no outcry. Let's not forget that Brandon Williams displaced him, and there was no outcry from anybody.
Wasn't Shaw injured when Brandon Williams came in?
No. He was on the
Nah,
bench.
he
Sure he
wasn't,
was.
He's
bro.
on the bench, yo.
He was
told him
an
bench.
issue, but Williams did bench him for a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
weeks.
Told him bench.
Look, he was doing terrible, but like I said, like that a year and a half, I thought Shaw's been one of our best players by a country mile.
He was
No,
getting up to it under
look,
Van
In
Gaal.
terms
as
of
well.
consistency,
Look, 100%. But look, there'll never be consistency in our team. Like you name all our players. Look, Martial. Everyone will say yeah, it's the best season under Ole. Or he did have a good season, but again, he dropped off. It's all inconsistent with our team in this
yeah,
with
but
Ole. Look,
I
even with
just
Bruno,
don't-
Bruno's dropped off as well. Like everyone is gonna have a good purple patch. Fred had one of the best purple patches as well. I was telling Kante to come outside because Fred was looking that good. Bro, you guys can't deny
Gotta
Fred.
be
Fred
done,
was
man.
looking good.
Yo, shamelessness, yo. Tell N'Golo
Yeah,
to come
it was
outside.
though.
Alright,
It
he was kind of
though. Fred
That's all
Fred
we've
was
got
looking
left.
good.
Hey, sorry to cut you off,
Right.
Zeno. That's all we
Yeah,
have left
no.
is shamelessness. There's nothing left. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we have. We got nothing.
But
we have
real
nothing. This
talk,
is Ian
all our
Beale
players
settings,
will
man.
go-
Got nothing left, man. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it.
Real
Go on.
talk, all our players will go through purple patches, but it'll never be consistent because of the manager. So I'll never blame the players before I blame Ole because they shouldn't be in that position anyways. But come on, man. Listen, no Martial slander over here. Luke Shaw, yes, he had his one world-class season, but listen.
I don't agree with the Luke Shaw stuff. I've got to be honest. I'll be
on.
a hypocrite if I sit here and agree with that because everyone knows how much I love Luke Shaw. So, like for me, I hear what
How
you're
many-
saying in terms of
How many good seasons has he had?
I know, but how many seasons are many of our players? Are Zeno just hit the
No.
nail on the
That's
head?
what I'm saying. But we're talking because we do. And Martial deservedly so deserves criticism when he's had like
Yeah,
last season. He
I
was
don't
very
think-
bad.
100% Martial deserves
He
criticism.
deserves criticism. What I'm saying is, Shaw. This comes back to the Scott Freeze. Shaw's been here a long time. He was at the time, I believe, he was the most expensive fullback in Europe. I believe, like he was 30 million when 30 million was a lot of money. How many good seasons has he had? Yes, he's had 2 very bad injuries, and that's not his fault. But football is
massively at Man United. But like I
that's
said,
my point.
that there's no denying that. But coming to this season, it's been shocking. There's literally no getting away from it. I don't think me and Indiana are going to sit here and defend him. I'm not going to defend any player. How about that? At the end of the day, it's Manchester United Football Club. I've given up on the agendas thing. Martial broke my heart, so I'm not doing no more agendas. So, listen, at the end of the day, if the player's not doing well enough, you criticise him. Luke Shaw at the moment, he deserves criticism alongside Wan-Bissaka, alongside Fred, alongside Scott, Martial, etc. Whoever you want to criticise, that's not an issue. But for me personally, I don't want people to pick on Luke Shaw. People be saying shit like, "Oh, you're saying X, Y, Z to Martial. We're not holding the same energy for Shaw." The reason people aren't saying as much to Shaw is because last season, he was like Florida said, he was world class last season. Obviously, you can only be world class if you do it season in, season out. We know that. But last season, he was unbelievable, and I just think when he finds his feet and finds his rhythm again, he'll be back to that Luke Shaw.
Watch how different he is when Rashford comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you're right.
He had a good Euros as well, so it's only been at Man United. He's not been good, to be fair. It's recently, so maybe
Balance is key.
that's an our issue, but we'll have to wait and see.
Also, with this Rashford thing, I mean, you just touched on. I wanted to get your thoughts, Indiana. Do you think he changes our team?
Yeah,
you do.
I do think he does. I think he's tenacious. I think he's got a goal in him. He can create. He can cross the ball. I think there are some footballers where defenders fear them, and I think he's one of those guys that puts the fear into right backs. And I think he's got a psychological advantage before he's even touched the ball. We need Rashford. We need Rashford in games. We need him in the squad.
Who would your front three be, or front four? Like with the attacking mid.
I'm playing Bruno because numbers are numbers. I'm playing him in there. I'd like Sancho when he's up to speed has to be on the right. Rashford on the left, and Ronaldo's Ronaldo. I don't want Ronaldo out the side. I want us to get the best out of him.
Thanks.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think with Rashford, he did have bad injuries, but with Rashford, it's always been his football IQ and his decision making. You know, having a shoulder injury, it doesn't take away from the fact that you need to know when to make the right pass. If you have the option to pass between A or B, Rashford is still making that pass regardless. He had a shoulder injury, but it's not going to improve his decision making. How many times, like, even the best example I can give is when we played Liverpool and he played that long ball to Greenwood, and was it the FA Cup, and Greenwood scored. Ole said in the post-match interview, he said, we were screaming on the bench for Rashford to switch. If we had fans, Rashford wouldn't have seen that pass. And I don't know, for me, that tells me that Rashford, he's not aware, and he just doesn't have vision like that. Rashford's first thought always, when he gets the ball, is to take a man on, cut in and shoot. Rashford's job will never be to create. So maybe with Ronaldo, it'll be different because Ronaldo's like an idol to him, so he's going to look more to feed Ronaldo. But if it's going to be the old Rashford where he's just running down the wing, cutting back and shoot, yes, he's going to get you your goal, but it's at the expense of the rest of the team.
No,
so for me, Rashford...
I hear what you're saying because I think you're right. I agree with you. In terms of his decision making, it is poor. That's the same for a lot of our team, by the way. Like, there's a lot of them like that. Wan-Bissaka, McFred, you name them, right? But with Rashford, it is. It's true. It's true.
That's just becoming now, like, they just named it, and nobody said anything. You know what I'm saying? And we just knew exactly what you're talking about.
It's true, though. You're right. Decision making's poor. It is. But when it comes to Rashford, the one thing he will give you is that in behind. Ronaldo, you're not going to get that from Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not going to be running in behind, so that gives you that option, and he will score goals. Again, we don't have a perfect balance. We don't have that, but at least with Sancho, when he's in form, we have that creative player on one side, and sometimes it worked the other way around. Sometimes we might need to put Pogba on the left, and we get Greenwood on the right. Like this is where a top manager will know who to play up front for different scenarios and different games, right? And that's 100%. The issue, the real issue that we have. But I think Rashford gives us something different. I think he does. We're missing it right now.
No. Listen, definitely, Rashford does give us something different, and there will be the right games to use Rashford. But when you come against teams that use the low block and stuff, I don't think Rashford is the guy for us because he's never been that player to help us unpick the low block anyway. So I just wanted to see because. I think with Rashford coming back, we all know Ole is going to be, he's like a new signing for us and all of that. But it still won't get us playing good football.
Yeah, it's just hopes and dreams, man. We just looking at it. Rashford's been missing. Rashford's going to come in and transform.
It's a very big
Can Rashford come in and have and come in good form and score goals and get assists? Absolutely. Is it going to change anything in the long run? Absolutely not. It's not going to change anything. It don't matter.
It might do because
what we going to win?
It won't get us
he might score the winning goal in that game where Ollie needs 3 points to save his job, and it might change everything.
That's
exactly why you don't play Rashford.
Rashford's coming to save Ollie's job, which is really upsetting to me. I'm not going to lie.
I don't even think he can. I don't even think Rashford can.
100% saving his job.
I don't think so.
Nah, remember Rashford carried us that one season against when we played Spurs and Man City in like 5 days. Rashford carried us.
Yeah,
so I don't know,
he's a match winner, man. I know what you're saying. Like in terms of decision making, I completely agree. I mean, Sancho's decision making is world class in my personal opinion. Rashford, on the other hand, is I wouldn't say the polar opposite, but he's more the other side than where Sancho is. Sancho is top notch. when it comes to his decision making. But Rashford, you know, he's got a lot to his game. His decision making definitely needs to improve. I think we need to remember he's still quite young. I know he's not ridiculously young, and by now you'd expect him to improve, but he can still improve that aspect of his game. I mean, with a proper coach, you know, video analysis is so big in this day and age. You can literally sit with him and go through loads of video analysis and say, look, X, Y, and Z, you're making mistakes here. This is where you need to look up. You need to, you know, you need to look to switch the play. That could easily be rectified with a proper coach, and I have no qualms that Rashford isn't a willing learner. I think I get that vibe of him that he's always wanted to improve. So I think in that sense, I'm not worried about him. Also, to add to what Indiana said, Rashford for me is a key component for the balance, because all of our attackers at the moment want the ball to feet. Sancho, Ronaldo, Martial, maybe not so much Cavani, but Greenwood, they all want the ball to feet. And it's actually funny because Lingard's made such a huge impact off the bench because he doesn't want ball to feet most of the time. He does. But when he gets the ball to feet, it's normally he'll get the ball, he'll pop it off, and he'll make a run. He keeps the ball ticking. And this is why I was crying out for Lingard, and people were blasting me on Twitter, but they didn't understand. The reason I wanted Lingard to start in the absence of Rashford was because Lingard is the only person that will go the other way in our team at the moment. And you need players that are willing to stretch the defense and run the other way. Bruno Fernandes needs Rashford more than any other team player on the pitch, because Bruno is getting absolutely, you know, swamped in the middle of the park. Rashford runs the other way, defense automatically has to go 10 yards back. He's absolutely lightning quick. We've seen it last season, that ball from Lindelof in behind. Teams are aware of what Rashford's capable of going the other way, which means they're more inclined to obviously give themselves an extra couple of yards. Bruno gets more space in the number 10. Bruno could be more pivotal in the game. At the moment, Bruno hasn't had a prayer. Everyone is coming to get the ball at feet, which is making it very easy to defend against, which is why we're struggling. I'm not saying Rashford is the key to unlock the low blockage, which is what you're referring to, but he gives us a different dimension that we currently haven't got on the pitch. So for me, it's a very welcome return. The only sort of negative is that he probably will help save Ollie's job, but obviously at the end of the day, it is what it is.
I don't even. We're gonna get into that. I don't think even Rashford can. I think you could give Thanos the Infinity Stones and he don't save Ollie's job. I think this is it. I think this running has come at the worst possible time. Already, we're going into the running in bad form, so we don't even have points in the bank. Varane's now injured. Maguire's now out, so we don't know what the defense is going to look like. Yeah, De Gea is in good form. Shaw, who we spoke on, is not in good form. Wan-Bissaka, we know he struggles going forward. McFred is there. Bruno is Bruno. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. We don't know what's going to happen with Pogba. Rashford may come back, but then he might not hit the ground running. Who knows? Greenwood's Greenwood. He's going to score a goal. I think everything points to him being sacked. This is probably more of me hoping rather than more sense, but that's all man has left is shamelessness and hope. Go on, talk about it.
See, here's the thing. I've got to go in a minute, but
that's cool.
The thing for me is that if this was a Chelsea or a Man City, he'd be gone already. This season, he'd be gone already. They would know this, and that's the problem. That's why, like, I think he will. I think he will get sacked ultimately. I think the players. The way it will work for me is that he will lose the dressing room in some way. I mean, it's going to take a little bit longer because they do respect him. I don't care what anybody says. They do respect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They are happy playing football for him. They're just not happy with the football, if that makes sense. But so eventually that will happen. Fans are going to boo. Players are going to get fed up. We're seeing Ronaldo getting pissed off. Pogba coming off on the pitch after games, being upset. Players consoling Van der Beek. That will happen, but I do think the club will try everything possible to keep Ollie his job. Like, that's why we've got the data analysts coming in. I think there's links to new coaches coming in. The club's just backwards, man. As Nuruddin always says, it's the bankers. Blame the bankers.
As he says, it's the bankers.
Yeah.
But before you continue as well, Indiana, people, make sure you subscribe to Indiana's channel and Osman's channel. Osman's channel I've tagged in the title, so you can click on that link in the title right now. Go subscribe because you can do it. This show will stay running. Go subscribe to Osman Talks United. I couldn't tag First XI, but it's underneath in the description, so make sure you check out that both. Indiana, before you go, obviously we've discussed in depth. And I seen you tweet this, and I was very shocked to see this because someone alerted me of this when I was on the stream. Thing, right? Yeah. When someone was like, Indiana's Ollie out. And I was like, me and Indiana have had many debates about Ollie in and Ollie out, specifically on this show. I can't remember which show it was, but yes, it was on ManDem United. So many shows of me and Indiana 2-3 hours going back and forth on Ollie in, Ollie out. So why are you over now on the dark side?
When
You know what
when
I'm
did
saying?
you become Ollie Outs, if I can ask?
But
The dark side, man.
here's
Go on.
here's the thing that we never really managed to get an understanding of between us was the fact that I was always Ollie out for the football. I was Ollie in for the rebuild, and I still don't think people don't get that. They're like, "What are you talking about?" But I'm 32 years old. I watch Man United, so I know what it should be. So for me, the club was in such a disarray. It was falling to bits.
It wasn't disarray. I agree. I think he'd done his job though. I think the rebuild's
I agree
done.
with you. I agree.
I think the
agree with you.
rebuild's been done.
This season we should have brought a top manager in. So when it comes to Ollie in at the time, we needed him because we'd had the blueprint in Van Gaal. We had Mourinho. We didn't back then. We needed a rebuild. We did, but now we are at the stage where a manager needs to come in. So I feel that this squad is good enough to be winning trophies, and that's why Ollie has to leave.
Yeah, but I think that about this squad, and I think about the squad before and the squad 2 seasons ago. Not necessarily winning Premier Leagues and Champions League, but I say this all the time. Challenge.
I disagree.
I
think
to be in
there
the
were bigger
conversation.
problems. I think there were bigger problems at the
we
club.
had bigger problems, but the squad was still there to compete, and we weren't even competing. There's a reason we got to 4 semi-finals during that period. Was the squad is good enough to, I believe, pretty much minuses the majority of the time. Ollie's been here. The squad is good enough to compete, and that was my biggest issue. Is competing and utilizing what you have. And now what we've done, waiting on now, Chelsea are now better. Liverpool are here, City are here. Now this is one of the toughest Premier Leagues to win now. Simply because of the level of those 3. Whereas last season, it was only Manchester City. So if we had the reason why I was adamant on that, and with a top quality, we were top of the league. Yes, it was for only 5 minutes, but we were still top of the league. We're good enough to compete. In the Champions League, we're good enough to compete, not win people. I'm not even saying get to finals. I'm saying to be in the conversation. Look at the team we have. Utilize what you have.
Flo, I think if we had Luis Enrique or Zidane right now, I think we'd be challenging. I really do. That's where I can only take so much of it. I can only take so much. No. Listen. I argued a lot of points that not flawless, but a lot, because flawless is actually logical. But there was a lot of Ollie outers that were just talking absolute bollocks, and I couldn't stick with it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, come on. But in terms of the football, it was never going to be good enough under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It just wasn't. But this is again, it's a club problem. This is how ironic it is. They brought in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because they're sick of spending money and trying to fix the problem from the ground up. Yet when it's time to move him on, they keep hold of him and keep throwing money at the problem by buying players like Ronaldo. If you're for Ronaldo, the Glazers bought you. They genuinely bought you.
Do you know what though? If we got good coaches,
The
Glazers own you. That's true, man. That's true. Did you buy?
I was just gonna say.
Did you buy a Ronaldo shirt?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, I've got one. Don't lie. But it's a replica, bro. Don't worry, man. I've got one.
Yeah, replica. Let's go.
Listen, if you want a
let's go.
shirt, £35, I'm your man. Don't worry, I got you. But listen, this whole notion that Ronaldo flipping, not Ronaldo, Glazers bought us by Ronaldo. Look, I understand where you're coming from, because look, the amount of people that I know that used to be Man United fans, like way back in the day, have come out of the caves and like, yo, Ronaldo signed for Man United, man, you going to game, get us a ticket, I was like, right, you man still watch football, you know, apparently. So I hear that in terms of publicity, it was an absolute genius masterstroke from them. So.
The stocks went up by like 13%.
Oh yeah, from a PR standpoint, they got it. They got it spot on, because they signed Ronaldo, they signed Sancho, they signed Varane, and we shit up about Glazers out. It's like, what can we do in it?
Exactly.
The movement's not strong enough.
On social media as well, so you knew about it. So like you couldn't have missed it, even if you missed it on the first 2 days. But at the end of the day, it is where it is. Like for me, it comes back down to Ali. At the end of the day, he's got the players at his disposal, Ronaldo or not. Whether you want him or not, Ronaldo,
I agree.
Like you said, Luis Enrique. I know Indiana, we've spoken on previous times. Luis Enrique has always been my number one. I'm a huge fan of him. We bring him in. We play football that maybe not affiliated with Manchester United, i.e. possession, but based. But imagine Pogba and Bruno and all the players that we got in a possession-based team. You know, I can't see why we can't win the league this season. I mean, people are talking about Man City. I don't think Man City's midfield is better than us. Matip, Pogba, and Bruno, I'd rather have that midfield three. Like I know that's I know that probably
Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Gundogan.
they've got.
I go with theirs, but I get your point.
Rodri.
No. Pogba better than KDB.
No, but theirs
Bruno
might be
better than
better.
good
But
though.
I saw a point on Twitter, and I think
the
it
DM
was Man United and Athletics. So shout out to him. And I think this is the point that sums up everything. Look at De Bruyne for Belgium and look at Pogba for France. Pogba for France, he's got 2 trophies under his belt, and this is Belgium's best generation, right? Yeah, look, there's no denying that this is their golden generation. They've got unbelievable talent. And then look at Pogba, Man United, and then look at De Bruyne, Man City. It's completely the same scenario. The only difference is De Bruyne International is suffering for a shit manager and lack of system, and Pogba vice versa for club. It's the exact same. I mean, if people can't see that, then for me personally, you need to understand how football works. It's not about individual players. People go on about Pogba, you got Pogba, Bruno. It's about how you get them to play cohesively and effectively. And it keeps coming down to the same point. Ollie out. Get this man gone. We can still win the league. I genuinely believe we can still win the league with this team this season.
I think we can compete for it. It's tough. It's a tough ask to win because of the
It's
3 teams that are around
league,
us. But I just want to be in the. I just want to have belief. I have no hope. You know what I'm saying? We had a fantastic window, and I have zero hope that we. Let's say go watch ManDem United, and we were like, "Do you reckon you do anything this season?" I said, best case scenario, we win an FA Cup or a League Cup. League Cup's already gone. So best case scenario, we win an FA Cup that don't start till January. So we just here competing for the rest of the year now. We're just here to make up the numbers. Let's keep it real. We're just here to make up the numbers and try and finish top 4, which I believe the squad by itself is good enough. We have enough individual brilliance to finish in the top 4. And I don't think the 5th, it's a good job there's no 5th, 6th team coming on our horizon. And that could happen 3-4 years' time with Newcastle, but let's hope that doesn't happen. But shouts to my bro Saeed as well, says all-star panel with the fire emoji. Big up to my guy Saeed every time. Go subscribe to Saeed TV as well. But yeah, man, Ollie's got to go. And the reason why I think he's going to go is because Ollie out is trending even when we win games, which is rare. Like there's a time at one point, like when me and Indiana was going back and forth about this, I believed it was a genuine 50-50 split. I genuinely believe on the fan base. I think if you talk to 4 people, 2 will be Ollie out, 2 will be Ollie in. I think that's switched now. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say it's more so if it's out of 4, it's free.
I'm seeing it every day.
And that's it.
I'm seeing it every day on socials. I was Ollie in, but I can't take it anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's the 3rd season, but it is that though. It is that because that's what I'm saying. The Southampton game, I knew it. From that point, I knew that there was absolutely no way that I could ever back anything in terms of football with him. Listen, I'll praise him when he does well still, and I'll criticize what's bad. Yeah, like I'm not deluded. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not just gonna scream he was shit all the time. The same with players. Like you can criticize and praise whoever, but
people don't realize that bad players can have good games and good players can have bad games. These things happen. Like world-class players can have bad games. I don't know if maybe it's because it's the Ronaldo or Messi generation. They're freaks, people. Like that's not normal to be scoring 20, 30 goals a season for 15 years. That's not the norm. And that, especially in the GNA era as well. Like great players can have bad. De Bruyne is a quality player. I've seen him have bad games. Pogba's a quality player. He has had bad games. Same with Neymar, Mbappe, whoever, Haaland, whoever you want to go and get. Ronaldo and Messi are not normal. You know what I'm saying? They are freaks, and we probably won't see dominance like that again in our lifetime because they've legit been dominating for 15 years. Like
until Greenwood's about 23, 24.
Yeah, then Greenwood, in it, not that fake Monopoly money, Monopoly money mace. Yeah. The Heathrow Henderson, or someone called him. I died, joking.
I like that.
I died. Someone called him that in the comments. I can't remember who it was. Yo, someone called him Heathrow Henderson. I died. I was like, yo, that is mad funny. There was another one as well, but I can't remember. But the Heathrow Henderson is genius. And that. That was it. Someone called him the Top Boy Milner. That was it. And I was like, you might not watch it. Well, let's get into it. The 7 fixtures coming up, because I know it's very, very tough fixtures in terms of the Premier League. Go on, Indiana. As he froze.
I think he's going to. He said it's a dip.
Oh, he said he's got a dip. All right, cool. Hopefully he jumps back. Hopefully he bounces back up. But we'll go to you, Osman. Because our next 7 Premier League fixtures are very, 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 very peak. So, all right. So I'm gonna run through them and get win, lose, or draw from you on these. So I'll wait till Leicester City.
I think this is a 1-1 rain all over it.
So you're saying draw? Okay. At home to Liverpool.
with no Brandon Maguire. Oh shit, man. I can't predict them to win, obviously, but nah, I'm gonna say another draw. I'll take the draw for that one.
So are you saying to take a Spurs away?
That'll be better slap Spurs. I'm gonna say
I'm
the same with Chance W.
Okay, home to Manchester City,
No, we seem to do well against City, don't we?
but it's more so at their ground. It's more so, even though we beat them the last game not the last game, 2 seasons ago at OT, we seem to do better in the away game. We used to have the empty at. I don't know if it's more training because
Do you know what's mad? I think Ole's got more head-to-end wins against Pep. So
Yeah,
I mean,
against the so-called bigger teams, Ollie does tend to do well because it favors us. Part of the ball's counter attack. We don't need to break teams down. I'm gonna say draw. That's probably the more. I definitely think we can beat.
I think we can win that one.
So you're saying draw? All right, I'll wait till Watford.
Yeah, we're definitely losing that 110%.
Lose.
I can see that. I can see him saying that. I said people looked at me and I said crazy.
There's a new one, bro. What? Just wait for it.
All right, away to Chelsea. Look at what my product.
We won't break them down. We won't break them down.
The thing is, I don't want to be negative and keep it.
Nah, man, keep it real. No, it's not negative. It's real. It's being real. The fact that you've even predicted us, be real. Like we're not being. I have no hope going to the Chelsea game.
We can definitely beat Chelsea. I don't see why we can't beat Chelsea.
I don't see us breaking Chelsea down though.
That's my thing as well. If it's a 0-0, then we've got a chance. But no, I'm gonna just stick another 1-1. I think we love a boring draw, don't we?
Right, so you're saying draw? Okay, home to Arsenal.
Yeah, that's definitely a loss. Yeah, Arsenal.
Wait, there's no wins in there. The one win was against Spurs.
He's like, so let's total this up. Don't like be real. So you want to put a W? You saying we beat Arsenal?
We always lose to shit teams, and they're obviously shit. So
yeah, I hear that.
I'll say an L, man. Sadly, so.
Right. So we got 1 point versus Leicester. So that's 2 Liverpool, 5. Did you say draw against City?
Yeah, draw.
6. Brentford lost. Chelsea lost. So you like me. I think you got 6. Let me just total that back up again. So 1 point against Leicester, 1 point against Liverpool, 3 against Spurs. That's 5. 1 against City is 6. Watford lost. Chelsea lost. Arsenal lost. Yeah, you like me. I said 6 from 21 as well. So we getting 6 points.
Obviously, we
from 21.
Get me wrong, but I can't see it with chance to be confident going into these fixtures. I don't think any United fan with any.
Zeno guys getting multiple, like nearly maximum. He's talking on 16 points and that.
Do you know what it is? Listen, it wasn't 16. It's just like looking at them at one-off games. Like, look,
Zeno got 19 will draw to Man City.
Yeah, 100%. That's what he's saying. Hear me? 21 on 19. That's what he's saying.
Now, do you know what it is? I look at them as like one-off games. Like, I'm not even surprised if we lose all of them. But how I'm looking at it is, okay, it's a big game. We have passion merchants. McTominay will turn up against Man City as he always does. We can beat Man City. Like, I think Chelsea's the only one we'll lose to because we won't be able to break them down. Liverpool.
So we're going unbeaten in this run apart from. So you're saying, let's just get this straight. You're saying we're going unbeaten in this. You're saying we're going unbeaten in this run. You know what I'm saying? Apart from Chelsea. So this 7-game run, we're only losing 1. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is though? Like
go on, Zeno.
It's not like. I'm not trying to be deluded here. I'm not trying to be deluded.
You know why? You don't
believe
what he's saying.
What it is?
You don't say it with your chest, man. You don't even believe that. You know what I'm saying?
If we don't win a game, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, it's just one of them ones where Ole is under pressure. Where it's a shock where no one sees it coming. And he's just gonna pull one off like he always does, like he done the season before.
Lose to Watford, bro. That is the most typical Man United thing you'll ever see, man.
Yeah. If that happens, I wouldn't be surprised because it happened the last time where we played Pep and Jose in 5 days, and then we went and lost the next game. I don't know who we played after.
I hear that. It was City and City and Spurs, I believe.
We played them in 5 days, and we beat them.
We drew to Everton and then lost to someone. Yeah, we drew to. I said it though. I called that. Yeah, we lost to Watford and drew to Everton, or vice versa. I called that. I said that's exactly what we're gonna get results against these two. The difference is that was 2 games. This is 7. You can't fluke your way through 7. You can't.
The thing is, though, we do have the Champions League in between. So you know what? It's just looking peak.
Yeah,
Like
we got to win those
his
Champions League
rotation
games,
isn't
bro.
good.
Bro,
His
we gotta win
rotation
those
isn't
Champions
good.
League games.
Say that again,
We're playing
Osman. What
what?
did you say?
Atalanta back to back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we got
we got
Atalanta in that mix as well. Yeah.
we
I just
gotta win
didn't
those
mention the Champions League
as
games.
well. So
Yeah.
you can't really go
So
into any of those games against Atlanta, with a sort of scarce team. He needs to be playing his best team in his game now. So the fatigue's going to be another factor potentially because you don't rotate the team properly.
So just to reiterate, we play Atalanta at home in between Leicester and Liverpool. Then we play Atalanta away between Spurs and Manchester City, and then we play Villarreal in between Watford and Chelsea. Oh, it's peak, man. We might not get a win during this period. I predicted one. I've got one win, and that's Spurs away.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
both-
only one I have a little bit of hope.
Yeah. Do you know what? Remember I said flawless. We might not make it into the next stage of the Champions League.
You don't say
Yes.
that, man. I swear
could
to
happen.
God. If
could
Varane
happen.
Champions League Varane's playing Europa League, I'm done with this club.
Yeah, I'm not
Bro,
doing watch
Ronaldo's gonna get
I'm
his
not
debut
doing
in
no
the
watch
Europa
alongs. I'm not
League.
I'll cover it on
Bro,
here, but I'm not doing watch
Europa
alongs.
League. Oh, I'm done.
Europa
I'm
League
done,
Varane.
bro.
But
God.
that's what I'm saying. Like I just wouldn't be surprised. Like I don't know. I hate predictions because I just don't want us to lose type of thing. Maybe I want Ole to lose. I mean, for us to lose just so this guy can go. But I don't know. With predictions, I don't know. This is looking peak, man. But do you know what? I genuinely see us coming out the Champions League. Like that's one prediction I can
happen.
give you for certain. Us
So
coming out the
wait,
Champions League.
so you think we getting all these 16, 17,
No,
18
no, no,
points
I'm
from
not
21
saying
but going
16,
out
17
Champions League?
points.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what's your
get
predictions,
majority
Zeno?
draws.
All
get
right.
majority
So we
draws.
gonna run through this again because me and
Okay,
you
let's
have ran
run.
through
Let
this
me
a
let
few
me do
times.
this again. Let me
So
do
we're gonna
this
run.
again.
So away to
Yeah.
Leicester. Away to Leicester.
I think we'll win. Leicester will
All
win.
right, 3. Liverpool
They've
home.
been shocking this season. Liverpool draw.
Spurs away.
Just draw, win. I'm gonna say win. Win.
Okay. City at home.
Draw.
Watford away.
Draw.
Chelsea away.
Lose. That's the only game we'll lose. Yeah.
Arsenal at home.
Win.
Okay, so you've got 3.
Should
what do you
be
say?
10 or 11.
4. Spurs, that's 7. City, did you say win or draw?
Draw.
That's 8. Watford, you said draw. That's 9. Chelsea, you said loss. See, you got 12.
So 12. Yeah.
I don't know. You got
But
double
if you look
I
at
have.
no, if you look at them individually though, like game for game, it's not that like like crazy or too optimistic type of thing. Like it is possible. Like the thing is, I wouldn't be
It's very
shocked
optimistic.
flawless if we win all of them, and I wouldn't be shocked if we lose all of them.
What?
said,
Nah.
Look at Osman. Look at Osman. Look at
Bro, come on, Zeno. Bro, we were doing so well. 1 second.
No, but the
Wouldn't be
thing is
shocked.
though,
Under
because
Oli, if we win all 7.
If we win all,
but
I say this now. If we, hey,
winning-
I said this on from a third eye view. I'll say this on here. If we win all 7 of these games, I'll come on here and sing Ollie's at the wheel.
Yeah, fact, same. I'll
Yes.
join you, mate.
Osman will join me
look,
as well.
Maybe
Man said
all
all
of them
7,
is a
you know.
drag. Maybe all of them. If we don't lose, I'm not surprised because when Ole's back's against the wall, this guy he just pulls something out of the hat, and our players do turn up. Unfortunately, in this situation, because it's going to keep him in the job. It's just a weird one, but
He's not winning all 7, my brother. If he's winning
Man
all
said
7,
all
nah, he
seven.
won't. No, he won't. He
Yes,
won't win all
we are in
7.
a title
He won't
race.
win all
If
If
we
he
win
seven.
all
wins
7.
all 7, we are winning the league.
Here's the thing, though.
But
Facts.
We've played 7 games already,
Mm.
and you probably would have predicted more points. Actually, I don't even know.
should've-
We would have
we
predicted
should've
more
won all
points. And
7
look,
of them.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
predicted. I would predict
the first
we
7,
should've
like
won
we
all
would have
of them,
predicted a
yeah.
win against South.
I
Yeah,
would-
so it's kind of like
win for every game practically. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie. Like, but
No,
that's
the thing is
that's
though,
thing,
the thing is though, Ole's back is against the wall, and he's done it before, and he's gonna.
Yeah, but not
It's
this
just
time,
one of
brother.
them
His
ones.
His lives have run out. Listen,
yes, his
Mm.
lives have run out. yes.
forget what he's done in the past. Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's done it before. He can do it, etc." Listen, we're going into this, as Flawless said, with the worst running going in terms of form, in terms of performances.
Yeah.
We've got no Maguire, we've got no Varane. Luke Shaw's playing shocking. Wan-Bissaka is not playing particularly good. The only defensive player that's doing anything is David De Gea at the moment. That's currently available in this team. The two players in front of him, McFred, have been absolutely diabolical this season so far defensively. Go back and watch the Everton game. McTominay let Decore have the entire edge of the box 3 times. If he does that against anyone with any bit of quality, we could be losing 4-0 against Liverpool. Like,
100%. Yeah.
So I just feel like, of course, we are capable on any given day. We didn't expect to, beat PSG, and I understand that, but not 7 games in a row. The one-off game, the 2-off game, 7 in a row.
Yeah, that's how I was looking at it. No, 100%.
We're
no,
going to
you're
be
right.
like
You're
7
right,
points off first. 7 points off first. Come, what is it, at November time? We're already out of the title race in November, bro. Like, what is the point of this season? We got nothing to look forward to. What are we playing for? We could be out of Champions League.
FA Cup, fam.
So
we play for the FA Cup.
Come November, we could potentially be out of Champions League and the title race. So
yeah,
we've got.
Wait. Sorry to call you off, Osman. We was never in the title race. I said this.
Yeah.
So, love to my brothers, the OG Norridin. Love to my guy Saeed, because I seen their Straight Jacket podcast a couple of weeks back and say how we officially out of the title race. We were never in the conversation. I said this. We were never in. We should have been. But in reality, we are not. With the squad we have, yes.
On paper, we should be.
On paper, yes.
100%.
But the game's not played on paper. We were never in a title race, people. Never. It was never going to happen under this manager.
I mean, it depends if Zeno's predictions come through.
If we win 7 out of 7.
The thing is, though, listen, like,
7 out of 7.
I didn't say we're gonna win. I just done it. I said 12 points.
No. You said you wouldn't be surprised if we lost. You said you wouldn't be shocked if we won all 7 or lost.
If we don't lose.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. When we get 12 points, I'm gonna act both of you, and then we'll see who's laughing. But listen, real talk. If we would you take would you take then coming out the Champions League if Ole goes?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes.
I can't.
I don't want to do that. I never wish my team to lose. Further option, yes.
I can't.
Because you know what it is. You know what it would be. We'd win the Europa League. With a new manager. We
wouldn't win the Europa League.
With a new manager, we win the Europa League.
With a new manager, yeah.
Yes.
New manager, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yo, I heard Alien say, Flo, listen to this one. I heard Alien say, but listen, I said, you can't have Ronaldo and Varane in the Europa League. Alien said, but they've never won it, so at least it'll be a new trophy for them.
Make excuses. This man make excuses in that. Abdallah here saying
that's
flawless.
So funny. That's so
I told
funny.
you already. 15 out of 21 points. Watch that. I like how it's always the non-Manchester United fans who have got more. I said 6.
Yeah, it's funny there. Ali in
Usman said 6. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, Usman said 6. Zeno, I don't know if he's saying 12 or 21. I don't know what's going on.
12. Listen, hey,
he's definitely saying 12. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. You don't want to switch them around, yeah? It's not 1-2.
I'm still high that Pogba won the trophy.
All right. And yeah, Eddie says it here. If we win all these games, I'm calling Interpol. Them boys fixing the game if that happens. 7. If we win 7. That is mad.
Yeah, they're fixing it because they want Ali to stay, man. That's one of them roll safe memes, that one. Man's are throwing the games to keep Ali in for a longer time,
Even Z saying, I said it again, 14 out of 21. Z, let me know where them 14 points are coming from, please. Please let me know where you think those 14 points are coming from. Where else we at? Because Abdallah, here he goes. He says, Leicester win, Liverpool lost, Spurs win, Manchester City win, Watford win, Chelsea lost, Arsenal easy win. You don't know about Oli in it, Abdallah. You're my guy in that. But you don't realize it is. Yeah, that's 14. He's the one who said, Abdallah said 14.
I mean, at least he's broke it down.
3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, no, 15. He's got 15 out of 21 because he's got Leicester win, Spurs win, City win, Watford win, Arsenal win. That's 5 wins. That's 15.
I mean, I'm sorry to break it to you, but come back on Sunday when we've dropped points against Leicester. Or whatever day we've been Saturday, sorry. Because that's the 1-1. I'm telling you, Vardy's scoring again and doing some bullshit celebration. He's doing the Vardy's scoring and doing the celebration. I'm sorry, lads, but that's the 1-1. There's or 2-1 max.
Do you know I'm gonna lose? I'm gonna lose my stuff if I see Phil Jones starting. Oh my, it's looking peak.
Hey, that means we can still win 7 out of 7. Zeno with Philip Jones.
Listen, stop running this agenda, please. I just said I wouldn't be shocked. I didn't say we're good. That wasn't my final prediction, was it?
All right, 19 then. All right.
19, my bad. Yeah, we're gonna draw somewhere in there, yo. See, YG says United winning 6 or 7. I don't see that happening. 6 out of 7. YG, let me know.
Let's do a forfeit then. Let's do a forfeit. If United win 12, you might have to come and sing Ollie's at the wheel.
I'm not singing
12
for
points.
12.
No, for
12 points.
Not for 12. For 18, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20, or 21.
Listen, you're confident it's not going to happen.
Yes,
so
but it's still
I'm
not
not
good.
Ole in. Please, let me just clarify. I'm not Ole in.
But
you're confident it's not going to happen. So you have to. No. Listen.
Just got
yeah, but
more than double.
Yeah, they're 12 points. No. 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes, I give you. I'll come on and sing Ollie's at the wheel.
Yeah,
if it's 18 or above, I will do. If 18 points or above, I'll sing. I'll come on and sing Ollie's at the
Okay,
wheel.
wait. Give a realistic one. How about 16 points or 15 points? Ollie's at the wheel. You saying?
5
You're
wins.
so confident we're gonna get like 5 points.
Yeah, okay, I agree to that.
15
points.
I'd agree to that. I don't think we get 15.
Yeah, we ain't winning 5 games.
Calm.
15.
So we have to win 5 out of 7, bro.
We have to win 5 out of 7. Good luck with that.
Say no more.
5 out of 7. And we're playing City, Chelsea, Liverpool. You're saying Watford, Leicester.
Liverpool.
Wait. Let me just clarify. I'm not Ole in, please.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I have to make sure.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Like Johan says, Zeno getting too giddy. You know what I'm saying? You get very giddy. You know what I'm saying? I said 50. You think we win 5 out of 7? Really?
I didn't say that. 4. I said we're getting 12 points. I said we're getting 12 points.
Well, he said 19 and 21 earlier, but it's alright. Keep going down.
and people keep talking about Abdallah says Ollie's judge can make United win those games, which is crazy. His judges ran out. Like Osman said, his lives are dead.
He's finished. He's finished, my brother.
His lives are done. He can't do any more.
Varane
It's a
was the
wrap.
final nail in the coffin. Good luck, my brother. Good luck.
Yeah.
But he's not going to stay fit for the 7 games, by the way. So, Jones is going to be playing against Mohamed Salah in one of these games. I'll tell you right now, brother.
It'll be Wasik. It'll be Wasik. He'll probably play McTominay centre back. He'll go to a back 3. He'll play Jones, Lindelof, and McTominay.
But you know what? Real talk. I think we should go to the back 5.
Yes, I think
no
we should
Varane,
too.
no Maguire. The back 5 gets the best out of our team.
Who plays there? Luke Shaw.
You have to play Luke Tellers wing back. Then
Luke Shaw, Lindelof, McTominay. That'd be the back 3. Or Bailly if he's fit. Yeah.
Bailly, Luke Shaw. Yeah, actually, that could work.
Yeah, Bailly, Luke Shaw, Lindelof. You put Lindelof in the middle, Bailly on the right, Luke Shaw on the left.
That fixes the DM because
then you go Tellers in the low or whoever. Tellers shot, and then you go Tellers or on Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, but
then you can play Pogba in a pivot.
Yeah, but you're saying that is, that would make sense if we had a competent manager that is capable of changing the formation. The last time we went to 5 at the back, we got slapped by RB Leipzig. So, we had to get 1 point.
I think he chose the wrong for that Leipzig game. He definitely chose the wrong team, though.
Yeah, but every time we played back 5 under Oli, it's been an absolute shambles. The guys haven't got a clue who's doing what. They don't have to defend at the best of times, let alone. Like, you'd think it'd be easy if you got more players back, but these man make it harder somehow. So, I mean, it could work against Liverpool, I must say, because similar to what we did against PSG, we could potentially emulate that against Liverpool because, they're quite high press, etc.
Yeah.
So, it'd be interesting, but either way, we ain't getting 15 points to win singing shit. So,
I said 15 points. I said we're going to win 5 out of 7. 15, And Z Gold said, you guys are acting if City, Chelsea, and Liverpool are not beatable, shaking my head. Are those teams beatable? Absolutely. Are they beatable? For Manchester United, that's when the conversation starts. Are they beatable 100%? We've seen City, City ain't lost this season actually. But we've seen PSG beat them, but they've not lost in the league. We've seen Chelsea get beat.
We can beat all of them.
City lost to Spurs. City lost to Spurs.
They lost to Spurs in the opening day, so they're all beat. What I'm saying is they're not beatable for us. You don't realize how bad it is for Manchester. I don't think people realize how.
Yeah, but look, we beat City with Dan James and Pereira.
We can beat City. I don't think I'm not worried about City.
If it was
Chelsea and Liverpool,
if it was at the Etihad, I'd be more confident. At our place, no. We don't do well against them at OT. We beat them when McTominay scored that goal from the halfway line when Edison made the mistake.
It's not even Man City. It's not even Man City. Our home record is poor. Our home record is
I do
poor.
that as well. Yes.
And we have more home games, don't we? I think all of them are home games except Chelsea.
No one's going to be disappointed though, because obviously if we don't get those couple of wins away from home, Oli won't retain that, the best away record trophy, so that's going to be disappointing. So
you see this best away record thing.
Trophy and that, you know what I'm saying?
but you see what it is, yeah. Like I think we've got less points than Man City as well. So this away thing pisses me off because I'd rather take us losing but getting more points. Like, it doesn't make sense. But yeah,
Yeah, but these
Ole
guys
in is just
care about their record, innit? Ollie's at the wheel, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, man.
Literally, and that's the issues. That's the issues that we have. Big up the mods on job as well. But yeah, we're not winning 5 out of 7. Zeno saying we at least win 3 out. What is it?
Wait,
For you?
what's Zeno's
So
forfeit,
you're
by
saying
the way?
12 points. You're saying at least 4 wins.
But Zeno, what's
No,
your forfeit,
because
by the way?
we have
if you don't
7
get
games, so-
PT, so what's your-
Yes.
yeah,
no.
what's your
Listen.
forfeit?
I said
Okay,
listen, no,
okay,
not
Zeno,
15,
Zeno.
not 15.
No, Zeno. What we'll do is, Zeno, if we get single digits, we need a forfeit for you. If we get single, so if we don't get 10 or
Calm,
above,
that's calm. Yeah,
so
calm.
if we get single digits, because
So
me
9
and
or
me and
less,
Usman
yeah.
both said 6. So what's it called? What's your
forfeit?
forfeit?
Something for you.
Well, yeah,
know.
think of something for me. I'm not gonna think of my own forfeit.
You know what? You gotta sing Ollie's at the wheel.
yeah.
Let's run that. You gotta sing Ollie's at the wheel.
What,
if we
for
get
winning-
single
for getting-
digits,
for getting single digits. Is
yeah,
that,
yeah,
what, is
yeah,
that
yeah,
your
sing
standards
Ollie's at the
now,
wheel.
Flawless?
Yes. Yeah,
Is that
if
your
we get
standards
single
for Man
digits-
You're
United
confident that
for
we're
getting
gonna
single
get
digits?
so
You got
why
you've got
though?
to.
Oh, you
Yeah.
man,
12.
look
said
at
12.
these two. They're happy that we're getting 9 points. They want me to sing Ollie's at the
No
wheel.
one's happy here, bro.
I'm not happy. I just want
I'll
to
tell
hear
right-
you singing.
I'll tell you right now, if we lose to Liverpool, I won't be happy. But if it means you're singing, then you know what, I might tune you up slightly.
That's it. It changed me up because this is your guy. You know what I'm saying? And that this is your guy. You're backing.
Man, son, this is your guy.
This is your guy. You're
No.
backing. You're saying four from-
Listen. I'm
you're
not
saying
backing
4 from
Ole.
7.
Please. Wait.
You're saying
Listen.
4
Let
from
me
7.
listen.
4
Oi, you man in the chat,
from
everyone
7.
watching, everyone listening.
Look at
Ole
Zeno.
is not good enough. He's a football terrorist. He needs to leave my club, please. I
Yeah,
don't
but
want
you said
this
he's
guy
getting
in.
15 points at these 7 games, so why would you sack him?
Yeah.
Nah, do you know what it is though? It's one thing that pisses me off, but I think our players can carry us, and I've always said this to Flawless. I think our players can help us, but then at the same time, after the game, I realized that Ole tax is heftier than our players.
Yep.
So
It is.
you know what? I look at our individuals, man, and it pisses me off so much. Look at our attack again. We have the best attack in Europe. We should be the best counter-attacking team in the world, and that's why I look at our team on paper. Jadon Sancho were one of the most creative right wingers, the most creative winger for the last how many seasons? Marcus Rashford, Ronaldo, Pogba, Martial, Cavani, Bruno, Donny, Matic. I look at our team, and I just look at our team on paper, and then I look at Man City, and that's where my predictions come in, and that's where I do go wrong, because I know Ole has
Yeah, because you're basically.
I know it comes down to the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happen, though.
Yeah,
But look, as
that's
Paula said, the 7 games to the start of the season, let's chuck Young Boys and Villarreal in there. I mean, we've been nothing short of pathetic. Like, in terms of performances, results have been nowhere near good enough as well. I know we're close to the top, but it comes back to the fact that we haven't played anyone. When we start to play good teams, then we'll see the true colours of this actual team. Even against the likes of, Traore, who's one man.
Big up my twin in the chat. Big up to you. Sorry, go on.
Yes, love that. Yeah, we've been struggling with just one man. Like, for example, Traore, the lad from Villarreal, I've forgotten his name, that was giving Delo nightmares that you mentioned earlier.
Danjuma.
Exactly, Danjuma. One players have been terrorising the St. Maximum for Newcastle. Wait until it's a full collective team that's on job, the likes of the Liverpools, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, bro. It's going to be a long night for us. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a long night. Tactically, it has to get it right. Just to answer what the other guy said, of course we're capable of beating Man City. We've done it time and time again. But as we've said, back to back, when you got 3 days rest and you can't play the same 11 each single game because they've got a difficult game which is going to be at high intensity. They're going to either have fatigue, we're going to get injuries, or we're just going to get a couple of other issues where you're going to have to rotate the team. So, yeah, for me personally, there's a lot of factors that you're not taking into consideration, i.e. the rotation of the team. And we've seen with rotation of team, we lost to Young Boys off the back of that. So, yeah, I'm not that confident.
I think my predictions are more expectations. Like, it's hard for me to see our team fall because of the players we do have. But yeah, it's just gonna be long. I mean, how many times we come and we complain about the same thing about Ole week in, week out, and it's not gonna change overnight. But just for me to go against like the derby games, because they mean a lot, to go and expect that we're going to lose and stuff, like it just puts you down type of thing. And I just don't feel like that. That's why I'm like, come on guys, we can win. Do you know what I mean? But it's just gonna be peak. Like for us to get double digits, I'll genuinely be gassed. To get 10 points through this run, I'll be gassed.
I won't be gassed, bro. Come on, man.
I won't be gassed because we shouldn't be like because of Ole. We shouldn't be getting 10 points.
let-
I wouldn't be gassed.
Let's think about it realistically, right? So Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, them 3 games, that's 9 points in it. So let's just say hypothetically we lose all them three games. We should realistically beat all the teams in that list.
Yeah.
Leicester, we should beat them. They're struggling massively. Arsenal, I mean, the less said about them, the better. Spurs are shocking, let's be real. So them 3 teams we should be beating. That was 9 points for me. And then Watford, we should be Watford. So your 12 should be fairly, it should come in. But we know it won't because of who's in charge.
Because you know predicted 4 from 7, you know.
In a legit one.
Who you got us beating again? Who is it? Leicester, you got Spurs. You did say City
Arsenal.
and who's the other
Leicester,
one?
Spurs, Arsenal, and then City.
All right, okay. Like I said in it. So if we get single digits, I'm just getting back onto that point. You gotta come on here and sing Ollie's at the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Calm.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Yes.
I'm just making sure you know, because if we get 15 points, me and Osman will be here singing.
I'll sing it happily, bro. If we get 15, that means we're not bothering against at least.
No, 12.
5 out of 7 teams. No.
15
Get
is
the
too
12.
high.
What do you mean?
you
12
mad?
yours. That's right. No, 12's not enough.
12's not an achievement. We dropped
That's not
9
enough.
points.
That's just over half. You know what I'm saying? In
I
that?
hear 15. 15 is unlikely then,
We've
but
dropped
sure.
9 points.
Yeah, no, that's why it's confident because we lowered it for you because you was like, all right, what if we get 6? All right, we both said, me and Osman both said yes to 18. You said, all right, what about 15? We said yes. We ain't lowering no more. We ain't lowering the standard. 15. If he was 5 out of 7
I
times,
just want to see you guys sing Ollie's at the wheel so I can.
you the
clip
one
that
who's
and
gonna
put
be
on
singing
Twitter.
Ollie's at the wheel. Someone's gonna clip you, fam. You gonna be singing Ollie's at the wheel. Because when this guy gets single digits, when he
with
snaps,
the Ollie shirt as well, my guy. You'll have the whole
yeah,
team,
serious.
man.
You guys will get Ollie in on the shirt behind you and that. You know what I'm saying? What happens when he gets sacked and when he gets sacked and you're singing it and he's not even at the wheel anymore? You know what I'm saying? That's definitely getting clipped. So everyone in the chat, you can see that. So here is the bet, just to clarify for everybody. So if United from their next 7 Premier League games get 15 points or above, myself and Osman will come on to ManDem United and sing Ollie's at the wheel. However, if Manchester United get 9 points or less during this run of 7 games, Zeno will be here on a ManDem United podcast singing Ollie's at the wheel. Yeah, man. Zeno's peak for you, Zeno. I hate it had to be you, fam. But again, confidence will get you. I hate it had to be you. But this is a teachable moment. I do, man. I hate it had to be you, fam. This whole thing.
Can I just
we'll see.
check in one? Can I just check
Go
in
on.
one thing? Why if Ollie
Yeah.
gets sacked halfway through this run? Then what?
Well,
Look, if Ole gets sacked and we win, no. If he gets sacked and we win 15
if he
points,
gets
no,
you
sacked,
no,
man
we're
are
scrapping
coming.
it.
No,
We're
no.
scrapping it. We're scrapping
No.
it. Okay.
We're scrapping it. If
That
Ollie
wasn't the
doesn't
deal.
make
We
it through the
just said
7 games,
points.
we're
We just
scrapping
said points.
it. Yeah, it's under Ollie though.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
if we lose to Leicester and who we got Leicester and Liverpool, and he gets sacked off the back
yes.
of that, and then we win the next 5, that don't count. Even with a new manager, it has to be under Ollie. Just to clarify.
But
Yes,
I understand
no,
you,
I
but-
don't think we will get. I don't think we will get a manager, even if we do lose, because. Well, I mean, do you see them replacing in a fixture like this coming in thick and fast?
No, there's an international break though. I could see it happening because in between
When's the
before
international
the Watford,
break?
the international break is between City and the Watford game in November. I could see them doing that
Ooh, interesting.
because I
Or
don't
maybe
think
then.
because if we don't beat Spurs, it's a wrap. I don't think we beat Leicester. I don't think we beat City at home. I don't think we beat Liverpool at home. If we don't beat Spurs, which could be a draw because Spurs could just park the bus, it's a
I
wrap.
mean,
fam.
we're just sat here saying that we were beating Spurs like it's a foregone conclusion.
Nah,
mate.
that's no, it's
Them
not.
man
I can
slapped
see
us
that.
before, you know. They can easily do it
Yeah.
again. Do you know what I mean? They got quality in that team. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
See, look, Eddie's telling you. He said, "Zeno, don't even let that hope get to you, bro." And got me when I watched Everton. This the hope that
Bro,
kills
the
you.
Everton game.
The
man,
thing
we should be
is,
slapping them.
yeah. No, the thing is, I know we play dead football anyways. I don't know why. I'm just getting gassed because I just look at our team on paper, and
Yeah.
it's just
You get
expecting
giddy
You know,
when
to
burn
lose.
that paper, bro. Allow it, man. It's
The
sending
thing is,
false
gets
the
giddy,
thing
man.
is, the thing is though, expecting to lose against rivals. I don't know. There's just something in me that I just can't agree with that. So I don't know.
Isn't it? Because you want to bury your head in the sand, which
Well,
is okay. That's fine.
Do you know?
I fully
well, we
understand.
said draw
I'll
against
die
rivals,
on the
so-
sword. I'll die on the sword. It's better. But look, if
Yeah,
I'll die on the
each their own.
sword because I
I'd
just
rather
can't
not die on
expect
the
us
sword.
to.
I'd rather
to-
just walk past it while we move. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just not be involved with the sword. I ain't dying on the sword. I'm giving up. I'm not fighting anymore. But I know we washed.
Yeah,
I
man.
ain't fighting.
Oh,
I'm going in the
facts.
house. Yeah, we ain't
Facts.
this but yeah, you 15 points, yeah, 12 points, yeah. All right, okay, Zeno.
Okay, my prediction
from
was
7.
12 points. So if we do
So you're
get
saying
if we
4
do
from
get
7.
12 points,
I'll give
if
you
we-
full credit. I'll just come
If
on
we
here and give
do-
you full credit.
Look,
Yeah.
if we do get 12 points, then it's
Yeah.
fine. You know, you don't have to sing Ollers at the wheel. I don't have to sing Ollers at the wheel, and we keep
Yeah.
it moving.
We're all
Yeah. So you
happy,
better
man,
hope
we're
your
all happy.
you better hope your prediction's right, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better hope. You better hope.
We're on 12 with 1 game to go. That last game is it Arsenal. That last game
It's Arsenal. Yeah, it's Arsenal.
Zeno's gonna be dying for that 3 points to come through. I'm telling you.
Zeno's gonna be like, I can't wait for these man, but it's just not happening. We are not getting 50. We are not winning 5 from 7. Look at the 7. It's no, we're not. See, Pyramid Scheme says it here. You don't have to agree with the L. It will arrive regardless. Yes, it will arrive regardless. OTG says Zeno might just sing it. No way United getting 15 points. You know what I'm saying? Now he has to sing it. So here's the bet. If United get 9 points or less,
Yeah,
if they
he
get
doesn't have to
single,
sing it if we
they get
people.
single. If they get single digits, well, a single digit from these next 7 games, Zeno has to sing it. Whereas for me and Usman, if we get 15 points or above,
He's lucky we've said single digit. It should have been 12 or less, to be honest. Or 11
yeah,
or
yeah.
less,
But it's look
obviously.
how nice it is.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
but
been
if you're
nasty.
looking at it from United standards, it should be 15 minimum, obviously. But again, we're taking in the situation.
That's why I said 6.
Yeah.
We're getting 6 points from it.
He said 15 and we've given 6, bro.
He said less than
6
half.
points dropped.
I said
He said
12. I
6
said
points
12. I said
dropped.
12. I said 12. I said 12. I said 12. Oh my
If you're just
God.
joining us, just know he thinks we're winning 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
No,
Zeno
I
saying
didn't say
4 out of
5.
7.
Listen,
4 out of 7.
I include my drawers in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you
fair,
putting your
fair.
drawers in there, yeah? All right, we'll see. But yeah, we go close. This has been a very enjoyable show. Very, very enjoyable show. So before we cut, please make sure you hit the like button on the video, share it across all the socials, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, Usman's channel is in the title, so you can click on that right now, people. Usman Talks United on the YouTube. Click the link in the title and it will just open up a new tab and you go subscribe over there. First XI, which is Indiana's channel, shout out to Indiana, is underneath in the description. That's the first, and it's X and I. But Usman, been great having you on as always. Anything you want to plug, anything you want to add, feel free.
Yeah, no, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It's always good vibes, man. Make sure you're supporting the homie. Listen, Flawless, one of the biggest, genuine top lads in the community, man. So obviously, shout out to him firstly, man. Always keeping it real. So make sure you're supporting him and everything. Regarding myself, as he said, you can follow me on Usman Talks United on Twitter and obviously on YouTube. Come through. We're doing a lot of content, not just Man United based. We're covering practically every team in the Premier League. Probably not Arsenal because of shit. So if you're an Arsenal fan, I apologize in advance. But we cover all of the major, top 6, top 7 teams. Obviously Newcastle being there now, so maybe top 9 to get you guys in. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, come through, show some love, all that good stuff. But make sure you slap a like on the video and show love to these guys as well.
Man, appreciate that. Zeno, anything you want to add before we leave? 4 out of 7, yo. I said 4 out.
I'm coming out the stream looking deluded. Listen, you man, I promise I'm not deluded, man. Listen. Zeno knows ball. Now, big up the chat. It's always live. It was a good show having Usman and Indiana on. It was a very good show. The comments always active. But yeah, big up to Flawless. Make sure you do subscribe to this channel and follow Flawless on his socials and you'll find mine there anyways. But yeah, make sure you subscribe and big up to Usman and Indiana.
Yes, large up Usman, large up Indiana. For like I said, if you're following me on Twitter and Instagram, then you'll be able to find Zeno, Usman, and Indiana. You'll find all their socials on mine as well. But big up to everybody. Look at this prick. Lewis just sent me a message and he just said, going to your shit ground tomorrow. You know what, Egypt? I hope he didn't want that out on socials, but it is. But just because he's dissing me, I don't know why he's at OT, but it is what it is. I might go there and punch him up, the prick. But I was just saying, he literally just messaged me saying, going to your shit ground. No conversation, no hello, no what you saying, bro, you good, none of that. He just put going to your shit ground tomorrow.
He's definitely going to be
emoji.
posting a picture of him in the stadium or something, slagging us off tomorrow.
Something dumb. I'm not chin him. But yeah, like I was saying, make sure you follow me across all socials. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching this live or watching this back. Don't forget, this show, the ManDem United podcast, and all the other shows, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. The links are underneath in the description. Big out to everyone who listens on the audio platforms as well, because you might want to listen while you're cleaning, while you're cooking, while you're driving, while you're at work.
Yes.
So all these shows will go onto the Sarcasm City TV audio platforms, people. So you can get it in podcast format. But love to everyone. We're back tonight, 10:30 p.m. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A members edition, which will be going down live on the Twitch. So I'll be joined by a couple members. Eddie, who's been in the chat, larger my guy Eddie M, who's on Watch Alongs. He'll be on. Jay Socials will be on as well. Not sure who out of my co-hosts will be joining us, but yes, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A members edition will be going live on the Twitch as well. Well, big up to everyone who supported, man. Thoroughly enjoyed this show as I always do. Where else we at? Canada Devil says big up. OTG says great show as usual. Pyramid Scheme says elite stream as well. So yeah, man. Abdallah says big up Flawless Lit stream been lit. Big up to you as well. And OTG says great show. Good to see Zeno positive for once. We'll end on that. What's your thoughts on that, Zeno?
I'm good to see people that enjoyed it. But before we end, I just want to say Paul Pogba is the best midfielder in the world. That's all I want to say. The Ginger Ross Barkley, put your international trophies on the table.
Yeah, Graham Souness needs to come outside that flipping washed up old man. But you know, that's a different conversation. But it is what it is.
But yeah, man, big up to everyone who's locked. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.